Another person was taken to the hospital, critical. No names released yet. You're always told never to try to beat a train, and that's just what police in Indianapolis believe happened at the tracks just south of Mass Ave Saturday afternoon about 2:30 on the east side of the city when a red SUV was hit. Now police say the man who was found inside and sent to the hospital has died. No name released yet. Weather a concern this afternoon and evening. Damaging wind, hail, and heavy rain, all possible. Ryan Hedrick reports.
How about tornadoes?
Certainly possible, but kind of on the lower end of the spectrum. You certainly have plenty of moisture out there. Storms would be able to produce some heavy downpours.
Joe Neal at the National Weather Service Indianapolis says strong winds that move in a straight line are more likely.
Straight line damaging wind threats a lot of times are affecting a much broader swath, a much larger area than a smaller tornado may impact.
Neal says severe weather is possible Wednesday and Thursday.
A severe thunderstorm watch in effect for eastern Indiana. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Here's a real-life story that affects 50% of all of us out there. It's called divorce. If you've gotten divorced and now you're struggling to pay your bills and your credit card debts are completely out of control, you need to call this special debt relief hotline right now. We help people with all kinds of money problems caused by different life challenges, a divorce, a job loss, even heavy medical bills. All these life events can sometimes financially stress you out and cause you to get out of control. We help people get their lives back by showing them ways to consolidate and reduce their debt, in some cases for a fraction of what they owe. If your credit card balances are more than $10,000, call us and learn how to reduce your credit card bills and monthly payments now. Here's our number.
Paid for by Debt.com. Call now at 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. That's 800-810-1820.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, Chris, this is a mess on the southeast side. It's southbound 465 to Brookville Road, US 52. It's a crash at the bottom of the exit ramp. We have a car at a ditch, cleanup in the Gore Point, and a couple of ambulances out there right now. So this is southbound 465 going to Brookville Road 52. The ramp is open. It is partially blocked. Please be careful on your exit. Crash south side, stop 11 Road at Pickford. Also a crash. This is north of downtown Senate Boulevard at I-65. Eastbound 70 slow to the south, split from Harding, and inbound 65 beginning to slow from 21st to Meridian. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Here's your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible on and off throughout the day. Some of those could be on the stronger side with some gusty winds and heavy rainfall. Highs near 80. Those storms come to an end later tonight. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. Of course, keeping locked right here, keeping an eye on all the weather happenings. And right now, for now, it looks okay. I got some systems down in St. Louis looking a little creepy. That won't get here until later, but keep it locked to 93 WIBC for all the latest in the weather updates. I'm assuming this morning you dropped your kid off at school. Oh, no, he drives now, doesn't he?
I sleep in, bitches.
Yeah. You bastard. Oh, man. So normally all the kids that bike into the elementary school where we go, all the parents decided to drop them off at the same time today. Cluster F today because it was the thunderstorms, the lightning, the rain.
Did you go the right way? You weren't like Mr. Mom.
South to drop off, moron. I went the right way. Yes, I did go the right way.
Good.
But it was, it was quite an adventure earlier this morning. As I'm sure many parents across Central Indy were having with their kids getting to school, especially again with the kids that bike and walk. There's no way they could have done it this morning, depending on what time school starts.
I know when I was driving this morning, running a few errands before I came to work, saw some pretty intense lightning strikes coming out of the sky. I thought,
absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And as soon as my poor daughter got out of the car, the wind took the umbrella and inverted it. You know, like it happens where sometimes, you know,
Right.
Dad, oh, no, Dad. I go, just go, 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 go.
She should have went full Maverick. I was inverted. Like, that's a great line.
right.
Great line.
Oh, boy.
So definitely keeping an eye on that. In the meantime, we've got some legal stuff.
Yeah.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
I hate talking about this because it feels like we just had this conversation,
What's that?
but the ages of some of these people in these headlines gets younger and younger and younger. This brings us to Anderson. 13-year-old boy from Anderson
Saw that.
has pled guilty to the murder of a 61-year-old man. 13 years old, Nige. When I was 13 years old, I just wanted to play basketball with my buddies and see some boobies. That was it.
That's all my son does. I don't think I'm not sure he's quite at the booby stage yet.
Oh,
but
he's there.
He plays
He's there.
Plays basketball and Fortnite, and that's about it. But, yeah, this is tragic. This is real sad.
The Madison County Chief Deputy Prosecutor, Andrew Hanna, said that Joseph Vanote Jr. pled guilty without the benefit of a plea agreement to 2 counts of murder and 1 count of armed robbery. This is what the deputy prosecutor had to say. Quote, I take the view that if you're old enough to know what you're doing and you intentionally take the life of another person, we're going to try you as an adult.
Hear, hear.
There's a lot of people that still feel like a 13-year-old should never be tried as an adult. I disagree.
Armed robbery and murder? Okay. All right. You wait until the victim's related to you. You wait until the victim's your dad or your mom or your grandpa.
Right.
You wait and see how you feel then, pal.
The
I don't care how old the kid is.
sentencing is scheduled for July 1st. The defense is requesting alternative juvenile sentencing, which would allow an adult court to impose a sentence as a juvenile. So he would be tried as an adult, but kind of sentenced as a juvenile. So it wouldn't just be a full-on life in prison. It would be a max sentence of 45 to 65 years.
He'll be out eventually. But, I mean, look, that's 13 years old. That's younger than Red in Shawshank Redemption, Morgan Freeman's character.
Right.
I mean, but when he was sitting there in front of that parole board, if I was a 20-year-old kid looking back, I'd tell that kid, blah, 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 blah. 13? So, I mean, where are this kid's parents? Who knows, right?
Right. Like, we've kind of come to the conclusion now that there's not a whole lot of dads around these days. But mom, anybody, an aunt, an uncle, somebody, 13 years old, taking the life of somebody. Ridiculous.
Trust me, my 13-year-old knows the difference and knows that it's wrong to point a real gun at somebody, much less try and rob them and pull the trigger and kill them.
So ridiculous. Now, speaking of some legal stuff, I just got back from hanging out at the courthouse, Nige.
Oh, really? They take the cuffs off or what?
Myself, Rob Kendall, Casey Daniels, Abdul, we went over to watch the sentencing of one Honest Gabe Whitley.
Okay. Remind everybody who this weirdo is.
So this weirdo created like a political campaign. He said he had all these donors. He did not have these donors, lied about the money, which is a federal crime.
But why do we care about it?
Because he's been a habitual troll to WIBC.
Oh, man.
He has said
So
some
bad.
heinous things to Rob Kendall, to Abdul, going as far as to threatening them.
There's been defamation lawsuits filed.
Right. 100%.
And verdicts handed down already.
So we were not allowed to have our phones in the courtroom. So I did some sketch artists work,
Really?
and I'm taking these photos right now because I had to leave the court before the sentencing came down. I just got a text from Rob. The sentence did come down. It looks like old Honest Gabe Whitley is going to get 3 months in prison and 1 year probation. So the max I think he could have got for this federal crime was up to 6 months. Here's Rob. Rob's walking in right now. Rob, come over here, grab this microphone real quick if you can. Rob, his lovely wife Gabrielle is here. Just made the announcement that Honest Gabe Whitley and his elite group of fake donors will be spending 3 months in the pokey.
Yeah, that's what a great day for humanity, right? I mean, the fact that, look, it's not a long sentence, but he's going to prison, and he is now admitted in front of God and everybody else he did all the stuff.
Now, this was a separate thing than when he was threatening you and Abdul, right?
Yeah, so he's got his sentence. If you look at the sentence the judge gave him, it's almost going to line up perfectly with those state charges he's got against for whatever intimidation or whatever they are against Abdul, which I think in July he's supposed to go in front of the court for those.
So this thing was the federal case where he created the fake donors for his fake campaign, essentially, but he still got state stuff to do for the defamation.
Well, yeah, for the intimidation, for the online posts against Abdul. And let me just say, Hammer was the real MVP of the day with his courtroom sketches. I don't know if those are out yet or not.
I'm getting ready to hit send here.
On X?
Yes, on X. Then I'll post it on Facebook right after that.
Was there an actual sketch artist in this particular? I didn't think it warranted.
I told Nigel earlier, got to be honest, Gabe Whitley's attorney, kind of hot.
Okay.
Hot district attorney.
All right.
Okay, if you go to Hammer and Nigel right now on Twitter, you will see my courtroom sketches of everything from the judge to hot attorney to honest Gabe. It's right there at Hammer and Nigel.
Hey, real quick, if I just can say something. I know we touched on it at our show today. I just want to say thanks to my wife who spent hundreds of hours digging into this dirt ball and putting all this together.
She clearly has a thing for dirt balls, Rob. She's into Malakas, Dino.
And look, she did that because she knew something was going on, and she just put a lot of time and effort to put that report that ended up in the hands of the Federal Election Commission that sort of kickstarted all of this. So I was glad she got to be there today as well.
How was Gabe's reaction when the sentence came down?
You can't see him as your sketches reveal. We couldn't really get
we were behind him.
We couldn't get.
I did get one good side profile.
I like the back. I like the back of his attorney. It's a nice.
I don't know what it looked like when they painted the Mona Lisa, but watching Hammer draw these in real time, that was the sort of vibe I got.
So I'm posting it on our Facebook page right now. It should be up there right now. At Hammer and Nigel. I'll put him on Instagram as well. But do you feel justice was served, Rob?
I do, man. Look, the guy did all the stuff. He's a menace on society. He wasn't going to learn a lesson unless he goes to prison. And hopefully now this will, on top of whatever he gets, if he gets anything for the state stuff. And hopefully it will put a stop to all of this. Because, look, the guy was being crazy on a podcast on whatever this Saturday night. He was out there saying crazy stuff. He's not going to stop unless he stops.
And what was fantastic, we walked in the same time as that turd did, so I know he saw us in there, and I had to just burn his fat backside.
Did you see how fast he sprinted past? We were watching him come in. We were
That's the fastest that dude's ever ran. I promise you. I promise you.
He said he had a podcast, and he was on just.
Oh yeah.
Does anybody listen to that?
He was
crap?
comparing how the government was worse than MS-13. It's like you're about to go in front of a federal judge. And you're comparing the federal government to MS-13. Boy, that's great. Boy, his attorney. She should get some sort of tax deduction or something for having to deal with this guy because he didn't do himself any favors in that courtroom.
She had nothing to work with, and she did everything in her power.
Yeah.
Like she was good at her job, and again, low-key hot.
And hey, look, I'm looking at your sketch of her backside right now. It's not bad. If this is all I have to go on, then okay.
So, Rob, I don't know if congratulations is what you want to hear, but I think justice was served.
Yeah, it's a congratulations to all of us because at least for a few months, that guy is off the streets and he'll be under some sort of supervision when he's done there. And hopefully, it seems weird having to cheer for Ryan Mears, but hopefully Mears will get him on these state charges and maybe we'll get even a more greater vacation from this guy.
Who's going to run the Hoosier Chronicle now?
and I was amazed. What I was amazed was, Gabe made up all these fictitious people, right? His pal, his best friend, Spencer McDaniel, not there today.
Oh, that's a shame. Who absolutely positively does exist, right?
Did he have anybody in his corner today besides his court-appointed attorney?
There was one person there who, did you catch that, Amber, when they asked, is there anybody here with you today? And he had some long off-mic conversation with his attorney and then went, no.
Yeah. Like half the
Say
time I
no,
was
dude.
there, hot attorney was telling him basically to shut up.
Yeah.
So
And that's the crazy thing. If he'd have just kept his mouth shut, he would have got probation. He literally talked himself into federal prison. That's amazing.
And that judge who looked like the guy that was in charge of the Top Gun program in the first movie, like a bald head dude with a stogie. I got to send you to Top Gun. That was the judge who had a very low tolerance for his crap.
Okay, low tolerance for BS from the defendant. Okay.
He was mad there were sentencing guidelines. You could tell when the verdict came down. Yeah. But thanks for all you guys did, man, letting us keep this story out there and keep it alive. And now this menace to society is off the streets.
Matt Bayer's got a look at the roads.
All right, Hammer, downtown, northbound 6570, a medical emergency blocks the left lane between the South Split and that Washington Street exit. Traffic is backed up into the South Split. That puts us on a 5-minute delay on eastbound 70. It's backed up from the South Split to Harding Street. Inbound 65, stop and go 21st to Meridian Penn. South side, eastbound 465 starts to grind after the White River over to Harding Street. Crash on the southeast side. It's on the exit from southbound 465 to Brookville Road, US 52 at the bottom of the ramp, and it is a mess. We have a car in a ditch and an ambulance down 30 emergency vehicles in the Gore Point. Please be careful on your way down. Again, it's southbound 465 to Brookville Road. The ramp is open but partially blocked. Traffic sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Nigel, I'm not going to lie. I'm proud of my artwork, and I think my picture of Gabe Whitley himself, the side profile, I nailed that
That
thing.
is that's accurate. That's going to go down in history as one of the greatest courtroom sketch art pieces of art of all time.
Jimmy on Twitter, thanks, Hammer. I feel like I was in the courtroom with you. Kristen Ferklick.
He really...
Hot attorney looks like a nun. There's a comment from Matt Foley that I can't read.
Yeah,
but
you can't read that one.
Yeah, if you want to see my courtroom sketches of the sentencing of honest Gabe Whitley.
I feel like I was in the courtroom with you.
They're on Twitter, they're on Facebook, and I just put them on the Instagram story. So go find Hammer and Nigel anywhere, and you will find it.
You know, the reason why I love Exercise Inc. and have been with the program for years is not only because it's a quick once-a-week 20-minute workout that gets me all the physical activity my muscles need and crave, but it helps me outside the gym as well with my diet and eating habits and routines when you adopt something called the Simple 9 Health Habits. So not only do you work with a private trainer, there's never more than 3 or 4 other customers in the gym at a time. So not only do you work with your coach inside the gym to help you build muscle, to help you get the strength your muscles and body needs, but they also work with you and hold you accountable to help you with the steps you need to take to live a healthier lifestyle outside the gym as well. Change your life in 20 minutes a week with Exercise Inc. Locations all over town. Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood. I go to the one in Zionsville and now in Fishers. ExerciseInc.com for a free consultation. ExerciseInc.com. Tell them Nigel sent you.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Employee pricing, that's right, at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. you can get employee pricing across a full lineup of your favorite trucks and SUVs. Their entire American inventory has been marked with employee pricing, so you pay what they pay on F-150s, on Super Duties, Explorers, all of them with employee pricing. And if you need something a little smaller but still want to be able to haul the crew and cargo around, the Edge is the perfect choice for you. And you'll definitely enjoy the excellent fuel economy. Plus, it's loaded with safety features. Get more to your door with Andy Moore Ford. Simply purchase your vehicle online and they'll deliver it to you. And if you need to sell or trade your current vehicle, the time has never been better. Andy Moore Ford will pay top dollar for your used vehicle, even if you don't buy from them. Employee pricing on all your favorite Fords are at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at Andy Moore Ford, MOHR.
I love Andy.
AndyMooreFord.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Nemhart holding the right hand. What an exquisite bounce pass. Turner, who came cascading down the right side for a slam. Halliburton inside, dunks it. Siakam is open, and that is a much-needed three.
It's the playoffs, and your Pacers battle the Bucks in Game 5 on Tuesday at 6. Get your tickets and cheer on the blue and gold at Pacers.com/playoffs. Pacers-Bucks, Game 5, Tuesday at 6. Pacers playoffs presented by KeyBank, Kroger, and Starry.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Sundown Gardens, Hamilton County Spring Nursery Headquarters.
You're
listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Scrolling through X here. First of all, lots of adulation for your courtroom sketch photos that you were attending the Honest Gabe Whitley federal case for creating fake donors in his failed congressional race. He was sentenced today. And the sketch artistry is impeccable.
Eat your heart out, Ethan Hatcher. You're not the only artist around here, Ethan.
Oh, man. I love some of these comments. Dude, you missed your calling. I mean, honestly.
Michael Perkins, this is better than high def.
I was scrolling through X. Somebody, I don't know if this is real or not. Today is National Zipper Day, and how we shouldn't take for granted the brilliant invention of the zipper.
You know, I never really thought about it, but it does save the day a lot of times, right? If you didn't have zipper, you'd be walking around and cranks be flying out.
Well, there's always button fly.
Boy, button flies are a pain in the butt. Did you ever wear a pair of button fly jeans?
I own not for decades. No.
Same. Right. I had like one pair when I was maybe in like middle school or something, and it took so long to go pee, and then you got to button it all back up. No,
I have
thank
a
you.
feeling, though, Allison, chicks dig the button fly. You still...
Yeah, it's still a style, unfortunately. And it does take twice as long to go to the bathroom.
Is it easier or worse than having like a bodysuit on? Because this was the debate that I had with Casey Daniels recently. If you're wearing one of these big onesies, like
a leather suit,
if you got to go to the
belt.
can, do you got to like just take it all the way down and let stuff flop out while you pee?
Okay, let's not say flop out.
Let the girls breathe.
Yeah, definitely button. I would say the button fly is a little easier, but both need about 5 minutes.
So Hammer and Nigel, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, a tribute to National Zipper Day. We were in a Devo Whippet kind of mood.
Zip those pants. Sometimes you just can't. Zip up the fly. 'Cause your pants are tight.
If your zipper's hanging down, you must rip it. But don't pull it up too fast. You must rip it. And your mama's not around to help you fix it. Now zip it. If you dare. Don't rip. Out of hand.
I like the sound effects.
Give your friends. You might expose your underwear if you don't zip it good.
Frank the Beans. Frank love the Beans.
She went to the dance with the boyfriend Woogie. Great moments in zipper history.
That's right.
Here on the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. If spring cleaning has you thinking about spring upgrading, this is the month to do it. Freshen up your home's look, boost your energy efficiency, and save big during Universal Windows Direct's Spring Home Improvement event. Right now, it's their classic fan favorite offer, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And for a limited time, Universal Windows Direct is also offering no interest until 2030. That's right, upgrade your home today and don't pay a cent in interest for 6 whole years. And here's the real spring surprise. Get a bonus $500 off your home improvement project. There's never been a better time to bundle and save with Universal Windows Direct. Some restrictions may apply, so call today 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Get all the information and schedule your totally free in-home estimate. And see everything for yourself on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
April showers can bring plumbing downers, and my friends at Hope Plumbing don't want you to get caught in a flood this spring. Make sure your sump pump is working properly to avoid any damage. During the month of April, call Hope Plumbing and get a free sump pump with the purchase of a new battery backup system. A sump pump is vital to protecting your home from heavy rains, so you don't want to delay in calling Hope Plumbing. The number is 641-HOPE. That's 641-HOPE, or visit them online at hopeplumbing.com.
Oh, no. Stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They're not pass and go, but they do have a monopoly. Radar is clear here in central Indiana, but not so in the eastern part of the state where storms are still happening, especially in the southeast part. There is a severe thunderstorm watch there in effect. It's 67 on Monument Circle and mostly cloudy. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. Google and Meta are back in court this week, both facing an antitrust lawsuit that threatens to break up both tech companies. Fox Business's Madison Allworth has the latest on both cases.
The courts found Google guilty of having a monopoly in search last summer. This part of the trial is the remedies phase. The government is arguing for Google to have to sell off Chrome, to share its search index data for 10 years, and to pay for an education campaign to inform consumers about other search options beyond Google. Now, in the same courtroom, we also have the FTC versus Meta trial. And Meta, aka Facebook, is also arguing that they don't have a monopoly. Users simply prefer their products and they have made strong acquisitions. The FTC disagrees and is arguing that Meta constructed an illegal monopolization in the, quote, personal networking space.
The cause of a fatal wreck on State Road 67 this morning south of Muncie in Delaware County is still being looked at by experts with the state police reconstruction team. One person died when 2 cars hit and both caught fire. A man whose SUV was hit by a train Saturday south of Mass Ave has died, say Indy Metro Police. They believe he was trying to get past the crossing gates to beat the train. How would you like to be totally in the dark? No communication. The cause of Spain and Portugal's widespread blackouts remains a mystery. As power has since returned, investment bank RBC says the economic impact could total up to €4.5 billion. Fox's Stephanie Bennett.
Spanish grid operator Red Electrica has ruled out a cyber attack, saying they had identified 2 incidents of power generation loss, probably from solar plants in Spain's southwest, that caused instability in the electric system and led to a breakdown of interconnection with France.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins.
Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, Chris, downtown medical emergency on northbound 6570 between the south split of Washington Street. The off-ramp partially blocked right now. We have the left lane closed at the moment. Traffic is jammed up to the south split and backed up on eastbound 72 Belmont. That's a delay of 10 minutes right now. Crash on the southeast side, southbound 465 exiting to Brookville Road is at the bottom of the exit ramp. It's a crash that is currently blocking the Gore Point part of the ramp. The ramp is open, partially blocked. South side eastbound 465 stop and go from I-69 over to Harding Street. And a crash on the east side. It's Mithofer Road south of 38th. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Here's your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible on and off throughout the day. Some of those could be on the stronger side with some gusty winds and heavy rainfall. Highs near 80. Those storms come to an end later tonight. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
He has been a writer for some of your favorite television programs, including The Late Show with David Letterman. He's an American treasure. You can find him on Twitter, X at Not Kenny Rogers. Jeff Boggs is here. How are you, my friend?
Jeff.
You know what? I am doing great, guys. And you have touched on some relatively serious topics so far today, but I would like to maybe do a 180 here. And Nigel, I know you were out yesterday.
I was out yesterday, yes.
And you were having a colonoscopy.
That's right. 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my second one in 3 years.
You know what?
And this one wasn't even performed by Matt Bear.
No, it was an elective
it was a real
colonoscopy,
one.
from what I hear.
It's a preventative, colonoscopy is a preventative, yes.
All right, let's do this. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate your colonoscopy. Allison, go ahead. Start it off.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How you feeling, buddy?
How's your cornhole,
how's
buddy?
your butt feeling?
It's a little.
Come on and celebrate Nigel's anus. Come on.
Yeah. There we go.
It's a celebration. There's a party going on in here. That's because Nigel's anus is clean from front to rear.
To the rear.
They checked his sphincter and his rectum too. Nothing there to see, just a whole lot of poo.
Come on now.
Nigel's anus. Thank you.
There it is.
Yeah. Bravo.
Yeah.
I'm honored. I honestly. There were text messages going back and forth all afternoon about my colonoscopy.
Well, I have a question about one of the pictures you sent. Was that you sent me a picture of you in a hospital bed, and you had a kind of a look on your face, and you said it's going on right now. So
No.
was the camera inside your anus while you sent that
No.
picture?
I was not. I was in a waiting room. I was in a prep room. I was in just, the nurse came in.
Then whose arm was that we saw in the back?
the two hands on the shoulders. Where did those come from? It's interesting, Nigel.
I was asleep when
back in the day at Letterman, I pitched a top 10 list once. I remember this. I said top 10 songs you don't want to hear playing at your proctologist's office.
That's hilarious.
And it almost went, but Dave nixed it at the last second.
It's funny because when they rolled me into the actual procedure room where I was having it done, there was music playing, people laughing. I remember thinking it was kind of a happening place.
Well, you know what we could do right now? I talked to Hammer about this earlier. Why don't we throw out some ideas of terrible songs to hear while you're being rolled in to the proctology office? Is that okay?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what they were playing actually yesterday, but
all right.
Let's go ahead.
I would think one of the worst ones would be this by Simon and Garfunkel.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You don't want to hear that.
No,
I've come to talk with you again.
Nope. That's where the hands are on your shoulder and they're whispering.
Although, I tell you, man, that anesthesia, that propofol, it's so bizarre to me how you could just be wide awake and even nervous and anxious, which I was, and then just click. You are the next thing you know, you're in a different room and they're waking you up.
Do you want to do your Conrad Murray jokes you were doing last night, or was that Hammer?
The Hammer's got
that was Hammer.
I've got some AI video of Conrad Murray, and
he's the guy that overdosed Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
All right, second song you definitely don't want to hear at the proctologist's office.
Push it real good.
You don't want to hear that. Third song you probably don't want to hear going in.
And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love?
How deep is your love?
And this probably is still raw for you after yesterday. And I apologize for that.
No.
But
a lot of things raw after yesterday.
Yeah. I would say in hopes of your proctologist being in a good mood, you don't want a proctologist in a bad mood doing something like this.
Woo! Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Up in here, up in here.
Y'all gonna make me go my mouth. Up in here.
So those are some I was thinking. Hammer, did you get any?
So I want to jump in the mix here.
Okay, please.
Again, I was thinking about this from an event planner's perspective, right? Like when you go to a stadium, when you're going to see the Pacers tonight, you want to hear fun songs to get the crowd involved. If you're going to the proctologist, I think you got to hear this.
Booty, 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 rockin'
Of course. That's obvious.
I mean, you turn to your left, you turn to the right, it's rocking everywhere. I think this one goes without saying. This is a hat tip to an older generation, maybe some Crystal Gale fans.
Oh. Stop.
Don't it make my brown eyes blue?
See, that's dead on. That's actually very dead on because you were sad while they were up there. So.
Right. Now, I think for a younger generation here, they might identify with this viral hit from Taze on Day.
Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain.
I love Chocolate Rain back in the day.
You know who doesn't love Chocolate Rain? Your proctologist.
He doesn't at all.
And lastly, this is the last one I've got. Even though the lead singer of this band was not so nice to me when I was a college kid in my very first ever interview, I think this little tune from Stephen Jenkins and Third Eye Blind sums everything up.
When we met, light was said, thoughts free flow. You said you've got something deep inside of you.
Deep inside of you.
Deep inside of you.
That's a lot.
Fingers, cameras, it's all there.
I don't know fingers. I don't know if there are any fingers. I don't know if that's how it works
But
anymore.
you can't remember, so you don't know.
That's absolutely accurate. We've all had them in this room, haven't we?
I have not yet.
Really?
I haven't had anybody go up there, but I have to schedule it. But what you did yesterday.
You got 5 minutes. Allison's free.
Has inspired me. Rob Kendall asked outside, and I was like, not now. I got to come in here. But
I think people think it's a big deal, and I didn't. I was really ignorant on like the facts of like in terms of cancer, like colon cancer is second on the list of the kinds of cancer you commonly pass away from. It's lung cancer, then colon, then pancreatic. So yeah, it's like preventative, man. So it's not that big a deal.
Some songs we may have missed are popping up on the YouTube chat.
Shocking.
Tom Tom, Bottoms Up. I don't know how we forgot that.
Of course.
And Jason weighs in with, ooh, that smell.
Oh, yes.
Skittered?
Can you smell that smell?
Basically anything with the word brown or up in it.
Well, thank you for being so concerned. I appreciate that, and I appreciate the, by the way, zero polyps.
There we go.
In there.
There you go.
Don't have to go back for another 5 years.
And it was super easy, right? Like, we're sitting here joking about it, but any dude needs to have this done.
I think so. I mean, I'm not some sort of spokesman or advocate, but I really appreciate, it's a cattle call.
Well,
there's no way to quantify how many lives a colonoscopy is saved.
No, it's true. It's true, and it's not your rectum is not a laughing matter. So I'm I'm happy to hear. I was. I texted you late last night going, thumbs up,
nice.
Thumbs up, Nigel's anus.
I thought the thumbs up, which is another joke about the anus.
It was.
Jeff Boggs with us. You got your Pacers hoodie on. I'll be going to the game tonight. Got to get it done tonight, right?
Yeah, this is a must win. Just psychologically, let's win the game. I don't care if we win by 30. I don't care if we win by 2. Let's get Benedict Mathurin healthy. Everybody gets to sit, get ready for the next series. Because I do not trust that Cleveland is a playoff team. I know they have a great, regular.
Yeah, they're the number 1 seed.
Yeah, but I got to see it when they're, it's a 2-point game. With if you watch that game last night, that Golden State Houston game. By the way, what the heck on the East Coast watching basketball games at 1 o'clock in the morning? It's ridiculous. But Jimmy Butler, with 20 seconds left last night, he was going to win the game. And, that's what he did. So I got to see Cleveland do that against us because I know we have guys who can. And let's just get there and see what happens, man.
I hope the fans tonight are as rowdy as they've ever been. Remind Bobby Portis that his life does not matter. He's a worthless pile of trash. Right. This dude, if the only person that can talk trash on Milwaukee should be Giannis, and he's not. He's just kind of looking around like Travolta in the meme, like wondering where his help is.
You know why? That guy can't wait to get out. He's like, screw this. I'm done with this team. They're over the hill. That whole franchise, they got the win. They got the NBA championship win, but man, you do not. And they just re-upped their GM last week for like 3 years. And I look at that roster. You got to be kidding me. I love what we have on our roster. This is an exciting young team. So finish it tonight. Crowd go crazy. Let's move on.
Take a break. Come right back. One more segment.
Yes.
Jeff Boggs with us. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high-turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower. Future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 463-251-1912. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 463-251-1912. That's 463-251-1912.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Maintenance is going to drastically increase the efficiency and performance of your system. It's also going to significantly improve the longevity of it. People think that they are saving money by skipping their maintenance, and in reality, they're just shaving years off the life and increasing the consumption of that unit, spending a lot more in the long term.
Get your tune-up today at Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
I'm sure everyone says this, but my mom really deserves the world. This year, I finally found a Mother's Day gift that comes close. She loves Hellsberg, so I'm getting her these timeless gold earrings she can enjoy for years to come. They feel special enough to show how much I truly appreciate everything she does for me. And I mean everything. I even sent my dad a link to the Diamond Eternity band he'll be getting her, too.
Save up to 50% on Mother's Day gifts Mom will cherish forever. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you.
I'm a proud owner of B Window.
I'm a proud B Window owner.
I'm a proud B Window owner.
When you work with a local, employee-owned home improvement company like B Window, quality comes first because your home improvements are a reflection of our business. And for a limited time, we're extending our employee discount to you, up to 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to be.
Trust me. Hanging baskets, bedding flats, tropicals, vegetables, herbs, herbaceous perennials, trees, shrubs, home decor, and patio furniture, all at Miss M's, State Road 135 in Bargersville.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Addiction doesn't just affect one person, it touches everyone around them. That's why Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick created the Supporting Sobriety podcast. It's for the friends and family standing behind, offering hope, guidance, and real talk. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Matt Baer, we got Pacers, playoffs, we got a lot of stuff going on. How are the roads?
Northbound 65, 70, the medical emergency cleared of Fletcher, still slow into the south split. Eastbound 70, still jammed right now. Tibbs Avenue to the south split, 22 minutes on the delay. Crash northwest side, Georgetown Road is 71st Street. Inbound 65, 3-minute delay, 29th to Meridian Penn. Crash downtown, Ohio Street at Park, and a crash on the far east side. This is Mithofer Road, south of 38th. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go with the pros, go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road at North Shadeland, or online at DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thanks to this show, the Hammer and Nigel show Twitter feed right now is half people talking about my sketch artist work and the other half suggesting songs that could tie into Nigel's anus. That's the magic of this program here. Right now it's 78 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Wow. Jeff Boggs with us. I think we're both on the same page here. We've been a little underwhelmed with the Epstein investigation.
Oh, yeah.
We were promised hellfire and brimstone from Pam Bondi to Kash Patel, Donald Trump, and man, it's been slow moving.
Yeah, this is one of the hot button topics for me because, listen, I'm a Trump supporter. I'm a red meat, right-wing guy.
Sure.
This one, something doesn't smell right because we were told that day one, they had all the documents for the Epstein files, and Pam Bondi's going to get in there, Kash Patel is going to get in there, Dan Bongino is going to get in there, and we have absolutely nothing. And that poor girl who either committed suicide or was killed last week, one of the Epstein,
the Prince Andrew accuser.
Yeah, you look at that, and I mean, so what's the deal? Why is Maxwell in prison if there are no felonies,
right,
being handed out?
Who did she broker deals for? And if you're not going to say who, then why is she in prison?
Right. And the other thing is, you're not going to see, and I don't want to get anyone in trouble here, but you're not going to see Fox News talking about this. They're going to stay off it. You're not going to see Conservative Incorporated on social media talking about this because somehow that whole stupid thing at the White House with Pam handing the documents to the influencers.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's kind of, drinking the Kool-Aid on this, but who's not? The MAGA crowd. And I don't like that term because I don't think they're just MAGA. I think they're Americans. But this is going to hurt Trump if it keeps going on. This is something that won't be reported on, but this is something that isn't going away. Everybody wakes up every Monday. It's like, are we doing anything about this? I saw a dude from social media, DC Drano, a big popular conservative.
Popular on X.
And he asked a question, which was great because you don't see enough people asking Carolyn Levitt questions. He asked her a question and he said, when are we going to see these? I love her. I couldn't stand her answer. And it's bizarro world because this is the one topic that makes no sense to anyone. Like, why is it out? Even when they asked Trump in the Oval Office about it, he's like, we've put out the JFK files. We've put out the MLK, the RFK. Yeah, and it's like, but But what do we learn? Nothing. It's like, okay, the Epstein files, these are people walking amongst us right now.
Right.
These are big, powerful people. And when you hear things like BlackRock bought up half of Europe yesterday, and you see BlackRock has $137 trillion worth of assets, you're like, are they the ones controlling it? Is it a high-ranking conservative who's on the Epstein files? Regardless, it's not going away, and somebody at some point has to do something about it.
And it's Republicans and it's Democrats, too, right? Because if there were nothing but Democrats on that list, the Republicans would release it right now. If it were nothing but Republicans on that list, the Democrats would have released it during the campaign. But neither party wants that thing out there.
Right, and how much longer is it going to go? Because right now we're all just doing fake smiles, and it's like, okay, 100 days, we're gonna get it. At some point, something concrete has to come out. Literally, someone has to go to prison. And right now, there's not even a name. There's no name being thrown around. There's all the rumors that have been there for 5-6 years, but we have nothing. And straight from Pam Bondi's mouth, it's on my desk. We're going to attack this right away.
But they keep on using the excuse that they need to protect the identities of the victims, which is a valid excuse, but they've had a chance to do that. In terms of the paperwork and the files and
well, they certainly didn't protect the identity of the girl who offed herself last week. You know what I mean? Like so enough with that. It's like somebody jump in and grow a pair and do something.
Got a couple of minutes left here. Need a reason to drink tonight? It's Michelle Pfeiffer's 67th birthday, Jeff.
Okay, I got a question for you here. And I was thinking about this on the drive-in. Michelle Pfeiffer in the catsuit outfit. Is that the hottest marriage of actress and costume in cinema history?
Now, we're not counting a bikini as a costume.
I don't think so. I think you have to throw that out because that just is, hottest actress.
Right, like Phoebe Cates, the scene coming out of the pool in Fast Time doesn't count.
What about the latest iteration of Wonder Woman?
Well, that would count. Gal Gadot would count. So
don't get me wrong, Catwoman, Selena back in 1992.
Michelle Pfeiffer. The only thing is, who the other kind of runner-up may be? Halle Berry is Catwoman. Like I was kind of looking at
Halle Berry could dress as the Cookie Monster and still be hot, though.
Right. So it comes down to what outfit, what costume. Maybe Princess Leia. When she was chained to Jabba the Hutt.
But that kind of goes into the bikini gray area that we talked about.
That was slave.
Space bikini, I think, is the same as modern bikini.
Space bikini, maybe. But my goodness, when you watch, and I don't know if you've ever seen the outtake of Michelle Pfeiffer doing the whipping scene. But
no.
she actually does it. It's on YouTube, and she hits all three heads off the mannequins. And after it's clear, the entire cast, everybody, the cameramen and everyone, break out into applause because they're so impressed. So good for her.
They're impressed. They're a little turned on. It's a little from column A. It's a little from column B.
Yeah.
We can find you on Twitter at
Not Kenny Rogers. That's the only place.
My man Jeff. Thank you.
Thanks buddy.
Guys. Go Pacers.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Attention, Indiana homeowners. Are you tired of avoiding your wet basement? Hi, I'm Mike Smith with Swingco Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts. Imagine all the possibilities of a guaranteed dry basement, a cozy new family room, a home gym, or even a new office. And with no interest, no payment financing, you don't have to break the bank to do it. Make the most of your basement today. Call Swingco 317-407-1868 or swingcollc.com.
Mecum Auctions returns to the Indiana State Fairgrounds May 9th through 17th for Dana Mecum's 38th Original Spring Classic. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Meekum experience. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. And with more than 3,000 vehicles up for auction, it's a chance to bring home your dream car. Register to bid and buy tickets now at Meekum.com. That's Meekum.com.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Paid for by the Indiana Hospital Association.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
From the moment our eyes met, I knew it was love at first sight. She had such a playful sense of humor. And when I look in that sparkle in her eyes, I just melt. My folks always said to find the girl I can't live without. And my heart says she's the one. So I'm going to Pierce Jewelers in Carmel for that perfect diamond engagement ring. Nothing says I love you more than an engagement ring from Pierce Jewelers. She pierced my heart. Now I'm going to pierce hers. Shop local. Shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers.
I gave it a shot, and I came in and had the procedure done. To me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago.
When was the last time you practiced your home fire escape plan? Be sure everyone in your family knows what to do if there's a fire. Get out, stay out. It's your fire safe response.
Your one blood donation can help save the lives of up to 3 people. Give blood through the American Red Cross to help hospital patients. Visit redcrossblood.org today.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News. 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
Automakers get a break. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. It's partial relief from tariffs.
Automakers that import vehicles will still pay a 25% tariff, but an order from President Trump will spare those companies other tariffs on things like steel and aluminum for the next 2 years.
Just giving them a little chance because in some cases they can't get the parts fast enough. So this is just a little transition.
President Trump says many of the automakers are planning to expand operations in the U.S. Still, there remains uncertainty about the impact of tariffs on the auto industry. GM says it no longer stands by a forecast for solid profit growth, telling reporters prior guidance cannot be relied upon.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The president speaking just before heading to a Michigan rally, marking the 100th day of his second term. Also confirming he had a call with Amazon's Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos was very nice. He was terrific. He solved the problem very quickly, and he did the right thing, and he's a good guy.
The White House had criticized Amazon over reports the e-commerce giant was planning to list tariff charges alongside the price of certain products. But the company says that is not happening. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer says the Trump agenda has sent retirement funds and the stock market down.
Cost of groceries, up. Energy costs, up. Cost of clothes, of homes, of cars, up.
White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt.
The last inflation report showed the first consumer price decline since the COVID pandemic, a decrease in energy prices, and real average hourly wage growth.
Wall Street rallies, the Dow up 300 points at the bell. A U.S. embassy just confirming that Guatemala's foreign ministry computer system was hacked. They're blaming espionage groups based in China that hacking discovered during a safety revision by the Guatemalan government and U.S. Southern Command. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
That was a close one in Mooresville. Southern and eastern Indiana are under a severe thunderstorm watch. The reason is a big line of storms coming from Illinois that may affect the Indy Metro later. Right now, mostly cloudy and 75. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 4:02. Someone driving a black Dodge Challenger nearly killed a Mooresville cop Saturday during a high-speed chase, and video shows just how close it came. Ryan Hedrick reports.
What you're hearing is body cam audio from Officer Chase Pitcock. Chief Kerry Buckner says Pitcock was in the median setting up stop sticks.
So that's the technique usually that we use, is to pull them into the lane of travel, try to get all the traffic stopped that's not involved in the pursuit.
Buckner says other cops were also spread out along the road, each waiting with stop sticks in place.
But the car found a small area there to turn off of. When they did, Officer Pitcock had to move very quickly to keep from getting hit head on.
And the person driving that car is still being sought by police. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You may remember the story of Oakley Marshall, the one-year-old girl found dead in a dresser in Morgan County after being kidnapped in 2023 by her mother. The mom, Madison Marshall, has taken a plea deal and agreed to a 25-year sentence. Marshall has pleaded guilty to 1 count of neglect of a dependent resulting in death and 1 count of neglect of a dependent. 5 other charges relating to child neglect will be dismissed in exchange for her testimony against her partner in crime, Roan Waters. 1 person died when 2 cars hit this morning south of Muncie on State Road 67. Investigators and accident reconstructionists are still putting it together, but say the 2 cars hit and both caught fire. The person who died's name not made public yet. Illegal grade changing at South Bend schools.
There has been a changing in grades or credit given that is unlawful because certain individuals may have benefited from that financially.
Diane Frothy is one of several investigators appointed to look into grade changing within the school district. At the latest school board meeting, she says she's uncovered evidence of more than 2,500 instances of grade changing in all of the high schools by many people with access to the program that's used to organize grades. The school board attorney says the investigation is ongoing. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numbness, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Matt Schulke, chiropractic neurologist and board certified in neuropathy. What is neuropathy?
Neuropathy is nerve damage in the feet or hands.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
Absolutely, and we get amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, pain, or balance issues, call Dr. Schulke today for a free nerve damage screening. This screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for their specialized treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Simply call 463-400-3338. Act now. Call 463-400-3338 for your free nerve damage screening. 463-400-3338.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, downtown eastbound 70, stop and go from the South Split Bank to Belmont, and that's a 7-minute delay. Inbound 65, stop and go traffic, MLK to Meridian Penn. North side, eastbound 465, slow from Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. Crash on the northeast side, 75th Street. That's 75th Street west of Hague Road at Blue Creek Drive. Also a crash on the northwest side, Georgetown Road at 71st, and a crash downtown Ohio at Park. Traffic sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Here's your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Severe storm threat mainly south of Indy through this evening with showers ending by tonight with lows in the low 50s. Then more scattered showers and storms Wednesday afternoon and night with an isolated strong to severe wind and hail threat with highs in the lower 70s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! Hello,
everybody. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
He is the Attorney General for the great state of Indiana. Todd Rokita joins us. And you walked in, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even recognize you. Like, you and Nige both have lost like a ton of weight here.
So it's right here, baby. It's coffee.
Is that a Miller Lite instead of a
coffee with a chipper sipper on top is what I like to call it.
Or just a coffee cup.
There you go.
Who's to say what's in it?
So good news, bad news, I guess, when you're talking about immigration in the state of Indiana. And there's a number of things we're going to get to here, but let's start with immigration. 1531 did not pass. I know you were adamant. This was something you were passionate about. Explain real quick what 1531 was and what does this mean for the other immigration bills that did make it through the Indiana General Assembly?
Right. No, thanks for having me on. And not just me passionate about it, but really we had people from all over the state calling legislators. Not we had them call, they were just calling in, and people from across the country. And actually President Trump's policy arm chimed in on this because it had the chance to kind of pave the way for a lot of other states to do the same thing to help the president get rid of our most dangerous criminal elements, many of which are illegal aliens. So what 1531 did was make it so a sheriff had to detain someone that when they found out that someone was an illegal alien. And not only notify ICE, but actually detain them. The bill that actually got passed makes a sheriff, it's true, notify ICE, but then a recalcitrant sheriff, and I have two right now that I'm suing, St. Joseph County Sheriff and Monroe County Sheriff. They don't have to detain them. So the notice does no good if you don't detain them. And so that's what 1531 did, and it also helped us in some other areas. Right now in Logansport, Indiana, I have an investigation going on, and also in Seymour, Indiana, I have an investigation going on.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Do they, like in St. Joe, do they have the option to retain them?
Yes. Detain them.
Yes.
Detain them. Yes. Yeah, they certainly can under the law, but they are choosing to let them go even though they know they are illegal aliens, and furthermore, they're violent criminal illegal aliens. So
I don't get that.
The paperwork we just gave you here, I'll show you for the camera the copy I got. You don't have to believe Todd Rokita, although there's no reason you shouldn't. Here is a letter from ICE saying Lake County Jail, 31 detainers were not honored. Monroe County Jail, 10 detainers were not honored. St. Joseph County Jail, 9 detainers weren't honored. So this is the evidence we're using in lawsuits. Now, Lake County has changed its ways, and so we didn't initiate a lawsuit there, but the other two were in the middle.
But you were close to having some legal stuff with Lake County, and then they kind of backed off.
Some of those arrested and the detainers that were not honored are burglary, assault, battery, OWI, domestic battery, neglect of a dependent. I mean, it goes.
So long story short, I know there's been a lot of bitching about the General Assembly on these airwaves last several weeks, and I was getting lonely not having been able to join you, so I wanted to come on today and join you a little bit.
Well, I was going to say, are you
1531?
Are you getting as frustrated as we are with what appears to be good ideas going to the Indiana General Assembly, and then the watering down of said good ideas?
Right. And look, these guys have come a long way since I came back into the State House. I'm not saying because of me, but we certainly gave them some, I would say, motivation and inspiration, and say it's okay to get up on your hind legs and fight back here a little bit, guys. And I was hoping that this session would be a continuation of that. I mean, they have done some good stuff. They outlawed surgeries on minors to change their sex. They've done other good things like that, since I've been
men out of women's sports,
all those things. So and so credit goes where credit's due. They could have done a lot more this session, whether it be property taxes or this illegal immigration situation we have going on, because President Trump and Tom Homan are not going to get to everybody, and so it's incumbent on local law enforcement and to be helpful, not because we want a national police force or anything like that, because by cleaning up these people on our streets now, that we don't have to do the trial, we don't have to do not saying no due process, but we get to turn them over to the feds and let them take the situation.
What do you say to somebody
and have us be safer?
Oh, I was going to say that's the key. Every state is a border state now, because I was, with the argument with, is this a real big problem in the Midwest and Indiana?
Yes, it is. Fentanyl. off the
Oh,
roof,
my
crime going off the
gosh.
roof. I've talked with you guys before about what's going on in our schools. Our emergency rooms are overflowing because their first medical, relief is to go to the emergency room. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a huge problem.
And go back to the State House for just a moment. You don't have to name names because we've done plenty of that on this show. But is this just a matter of the people that are supposed to have the power not fighting hard enough? Or is the lobbyists and the local governments, are they the ones with all the power here? You would know more so than we would. What do you think is the biggest problem?
And I used to be a federal legislator, so let me just speak from that experience. Legislators, it's a different kind of sport than being in the executive branch. It's more of a team sport. You got different influences, just like you're talking about. They will always follow the path of least resistance. And so you got to chart that path for them and push them along with carrots and sticks along the way to get them to do the right thing. And they have come a long way. But, yeah, whether it's a special interest or in this case with 1531, I guess should give credit to the House. The House did its job. They got 1531 out. It came down, as most of these do, to the Indiana Senate GOP, and one particular senator who said her son-in-law was an illegal alien and wasn't going to hear the bill. Okay?
An elected official in the state of Indiana choosing not to go by the law, basically.
Yeah, I mean, or not to help law enforcement.
Right.
And, that's what you're up against here. Yeah. Liz Brown, Fort Wayne, said it to my face, just not going to hear your bill.
Chatting with the Attorney General for Indiana, Todd Rokita, here on the Hammer and Nigel show. So the Monroe County Sheriff Court case, that's when? This week?
Yeah, that's coming up here soon. Yeah, real soon. And we'll see where that one goes. We have good law on it, but 1531 would have helped that case and would have helped others because it would have made it a lot more clear. So
when your office reaches out to these areas, whether it's up in the region or whether it's down in Monroe County, when your office reaches out, what's the feedback that you guys get? Do they I'll see you in court, let's fight, you don't have anything? Or do they have that approach okay, let's calm down here, let's talk this out?
No, they want to fight.
Okay.
And because we settled matters with cities and other counties, and that had that approach that you talked about just now, where it's okay, what's the problem, and let's see if we can work it out, and we do. And you guys never hear about it. But with St. Joseph and Monroe County, they want to fight, so we're going to fight.
Speaking of fighting, I know you've been a little back and forth with the Supreme Court.
Can I have opened that any wider for you?
You put that on a T for me right there.
Or did you do it for me? I don't know.
Supreme Court in Indiana denied motion to dismiss the ethics complaint. Your thoughts?
Look, this is going to be unfortunately for the taxpayers of the state and the distraction it's causing my staff and my office, is going to be a longer baseball game. But, we got to remember how we got here. We got here from a commission that meets in secret, isn't elected by anybody. I've said it before. I did nothing. I didn't lie to anybody. We didn't do anything like that. We'll prove the case if we have to. We'll see what the Supreme Court wants to do with this dismissal or not. But either way, we're ready to continue doing what I've always done for the people of Indiana, and that is fight for them and speak the truth. And that's what I did at every turn here.
So they disciplined you. You said okay, but then you basically kind of went back. They're saying you went back and said, no, I don't accept the discipline.
But I didn't. That's the thing. I really didn't. You got to understand there was 45 days from the time we submitted our settlement to the time the Supreme Court ruled on it and agreed with the settlement. 45 days, 800 articles where they're misrepresenting the situation. They filed a charge against me that they agreed to dismiss. No prosecutor even does that. They did it to posture themselves. So they filed a charge knowing that they were dismissed it. So when they finally did dismiss it, when the Supreme Court accepted the agreement, I came out and said, you know what? Like I said at the beginning, I broke no laws. And they didn't. And then they dismissed the charge that said I broke a law. Law meaning a statute, like something I did as a lawmaker. A statute you pass is what a law is. The other things are rules and maybe regulations, but they're not laws in the sense that I was meaning. So that's just they're just nuances like that.
Yeah,
that
a lot of minutia there.
Meanwhile, we have attorneys stealing money. We have attorneys getting drunk on our roads. We have attorneys doing all these things, and this is what is being focused on. So when you look at it, you see that the commission had endorsed my opponent. publicly. You see that the next commission head endorsed, even though he's a quote-unquote Republican, he's an anti-Trumper. He endorsed Kamala Harris this time. Trump endorsed me. I endorsed Trump. You see where we are on these things.
Right.
He gives money to Liz Cheney. I mean, these are the kind of folks that are leading this investigation and taking these votes. And, you know, whether it's from President Trump on down to a guy like me, you know, we're fighting these elements of lawfare and weaponization, and I'll continue to fight for the people of Indiana.
Last thing here before we let you go here. I know you got to run, but do you see other attorney generals across the United States who are Trump-backed or Trump supporters? Do they deal with the same thing that you guys?
Oh, a lot of them, absolutely. Yeah, this is Missouri, Utah, Texas are all dealing with current ones right now. There's actually a memo that was published several years ago that gives a playbook for how leftists can use this very disciplinary complaint system to stop us in our work. There's actually a written memo out there that has been used here in this case, I believe, in my cases, and you know we're just going to continue to fight it. It's really sad that some have taken the bait like they have.
If anybody wants to reach out to your office, if they've got questions, or maybe they want to take part in the Indiana Unclaimed program, what's the best way they can reach out to you guys?
Just go to our website, Indiana AG, just do a search on it, and Indiana Attorney General, and you'll find us real quick. And yeah,
I got a few $100s in there. I just looked the other day.
Really?
Yeah, I got a few $100.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Good.
I'm in the process.
Where are you taking us?
A little place called Taco Bell. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. Attorney General Todd Rokita, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Matt Bears, he's in the WIBC Traffic Center. Matt, we're keeping our eye on the radar. Starting to see a little line of storms make its way into Indiana. Here in Central Indy, we're good right now. How are the roads?
Eastbound, 76-minute delay from Belmont into the South Split. Inbound, 65, 3-minute delay, 29th to the North Split. Crash downtown, Ohio at Park. Crash on the northwest side, Georgetown Road at 71st Street. Crash on the northeast side, 75th west of Hague. Traffic sponsored by Inbound.org. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change their world, and it will change your own. Inbound.org. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Again, more storms on the way, but not right now. Cloudy and 78 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings. My Galaxy Concrete coated garage floor is out of this world. I have an older house. The garage was never maintained by the previous owners. Cracks, stains, it was uneven. Galaxy Concrete Coatings comes in within a day, and they didn't use epoxy, by the way. They don't use epoxy. They use something that's better. It's called polyurea. It's a new premium standard for coatings. It's now 4 times stronger than it was. The color's not going to fade. It's easy to clean. In fact, Galaxy Concrete Coatings did such a good job on my garage. I just had them back in to my basement, and they did my utility room floor, and it looks amazing. Check out their website to see pictures. Get a quote, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or call them 751-9070.
Employee pricing. That's right. At Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, you can get employee pricing across a full lineup of your favorite trucks and SUVs. Their entire American inventory has been marked with employee pricing, so you pay what they pay on F-150s, on Super Duties, Explorers, all of them with employee pricing. And if you need something a little smaller but still want to be able to haul the crew and cargo around, the Edge is the perfect choice for you. And you'll definitely enjoy the excellent fuel economy. Plus, it's loaded with safety features. Get more to your door with Andy Moore Ford. Simply purchase your vehicle online and they'll deliver it to you. And if you need to sell or trade your current vehicle, the time has never been better. Andy Moore Ford will pay top dollar for your used vehicle, even if you don't buy from them. Employee pricing on all your favorite Fords are at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at Andy Moore Ford, MOHR. I love Andy. AndyMooreFord.com.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
Hey folks, Scott Wilson here from Wilson Farm Market. Even in winter, we're bringing you the best in farm fresh flavors. Stop in for our fresh salad bar, hot and crispy wing bar, and a cheese selection that is second to none. Got a sweet tooth? Our homemade pies, creamy fudge, and old-fashioned candy will hit the spot. Come see us on US 31 just north of Carmel. We're open every day 9 to 6. At Wilson Farm Market, we're all about fresh, local, and delicious. See you soon.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Miss M's Home and Garden, Johnson County's Spring Nursery headquarters.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Rock it. Is this anything? A man was caught escaping from a jail in Colorado.
Oh.
After just 35 minutes on the loose. And it happened just 2 days before he was scheduled to be released. Here is Captain Dawn talking about the inmate.
He had worked in the kitchen at this assignment since March 31st. He'd been working and never had an issue. What I have for him is he was sentenced misdemeanor. That's what we go off of.
If I have to wash one more dish, I can't take this anymore. I'm out of here. Dude, you're leaving in 2 days. You're getting released. I can't take it anymore. That must be the worst jail in the United States of America.
If your options are waiting 48 hours or trying to get the hell out right now.
I mean, this guy would rather go to El Salvador, it sounds like. The guy's working in the kitchen. He's got 2 days left. He saw his shot, and he took it. And he caught him 30 minutes later. Nice try, bud.
48 hours. That's all you got to do. Just go in there and just try to sleep for 2 straight days, and you're going to be free.
I don't know. I pray to God I never see the inside of a jail cell, but I've had, I got buddies of mine that have had to do, like a couple months worth of weekends where they go for the weekend because they got probably a DUI or something like that.
You make it sound like it's a resort. They get to go for the weekend.
Well, the thing is, it said it's so clean and quiet, and there's TVs, and there's like a there's like a 7-Eleven in there where you could just go buy Gatorades and Twix, and you just sit around and you don't do. And like outside of the complex there in Hendricks County, it's just a parking lot full of mopeds.
Now, what does that tell you?
It's because there's a lot of DWIs. Not allowed to get behind the wheel of a car.
The old Dewey scooters.
Yeah, right.
Is this anything? A mailman in Michigan is going viral for returning $10 that he found in a homeowner's driveway.
Oh.
He rang the doorbell. Nobody answered, so he left it along with a note in their mailbox. The homeowner caught the good deed on their Ring doorbell camera, posted it online. Here is the mailman and the woman he returned the money to.
The way it was positioned, it looked like it fell out of their pocket when getting into the car. Because nobody came, I left a note just so it wouldn't like fall to the bottom of the box and nobody would see it.
Honestly, I was just like, that is like the sweetest thing.
If you can make somebody smile, or you can help somebody in any way, even being a support to be there for them, do it.
It just magically ended up in my driveway, and he happened to find it, and he did his good deed by giving it to me. So that's why I feel I need to do a good deed with it.
You make one person smile, then that spreads to another, and it's just a ripple effect at that point.
Okay. You make one person smile, it must have been a hell of a funeral.
Well, I can guarantee, by the way, Hammer, that if it would have been the official mailman of the Hammer and Nigel show, that $10 would not have been going back into the mailbox.
Nope.
Straight to BW3s for a Bud Light.
You said Brad's wrong. That $10 might be going back into the community, but it's going into the G-string of a girl named Dallas. That's where it's going. Is this anything? A mom posted a clever hack on TikTok. She makes homemade dinner, but then puts it in to-go containers, then staples it in a brown paper bag so it looks like takeout to her kids.
Oh.
Let's take a listen to see how this turns out.
We ordered in food. This is an Italian place. New food! Yeah. We got tortellini minestrone. I also ordered chicken cacciatore with some rice. Guys, does this look so good? Who wants soup and who wants chicken?
What kid eats chicken Catalina? Or whatever she said.
Cacciatore.
What kid eats any of that crap that she was made? That's a good idea if you've got bratty, snotty kids that expect carryout from the finest restaurants. Pretty good idea, I'd say.
Yeah.
But that's a little too much work. I'm putting in a couple of frozen pizzas and or Chick-fil-A DoorDash, and that's it.
Man, there's a difference in generations here, Nigel. I feel like if you and I would have been throwing a fit about our food back in the day when we were growing up, we would have got the response of, eat it or starve. I don't give a damn.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Not, hey, let me try to dress it up and put it in a bag and staple it. No, shut up and eat. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. If spring cleaning has you thinking about spring upgrading, this is the month to do it. Freshen up your home's look, boost your energy efficiency, and save big during Universal Windows Direct's Spring Home Improvement event. Right now, it's their classic fan favorite offer, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And for a limited time, Universal Windows Direct is also offering no interest until 2030. That's right, upgrade your home today and don't pay a cent in interest for 6 whole years. And here's the real spring surprise. Get a bonus $500 off your home improvement project. There's never been a better time to bundle and save with Universal Windows Direct. Some restrictions may apply, so call today 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Get all the information and schedule your totally free in-home estimate. And see everything for yourself on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. That's 800-917-8730.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning. Owner Robert Kirby says when it comes to home comfort, like filters, air purifiers, humidifiers, dehumidifiers, etc., American Standard has lots of options because not every customer is the same.
Customer knows that they have a problem, they don't know exactly how to fix it, so that's what we bring our expertise in with all of our home comfort products, and we can provide a solution that works for their needs.
Start shopping at KirbyHeating.com. Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Easing up a little bit on the auto tariffs. Keeping a watch this afternoon on a line of strong storms, some of which have been severe when they were in Illinois, crossing the Indiana-Illinois border right now in southern Indiana. The severe thunderstorm watch now extending as far north as Bloomington. It's mostly cloudy, breezy, and 79 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. President Trump will sign an executive order today to relax some of the 25% tariffs on cars and car parts. The administration will offer automakers that finish their vehicles in the USA a 15% rebate this year, which will offset some of the tariff cost. White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller joins America Reports and says the president has been working with American automakers to increase manufacturing inside the U.S.
His tariff plan is the reason why, the only reason why, the automobile industry has a bright future in this country. If not for his 25% tariffs on automobiles, we were going to be years away from the complete destruction of the American automobile industry.
The move may be a significant reversal as the import taxes threaten to hurt domestic manufacturers. Madison Marshall cops a plea and gets 25 years. She's the 24-year-old mother of 1-year-old Oakley, the girl who was found dead in a chest of drawers in an abandoned building in Morgan County after being kidnapped, authorities say, in 2023 by Marshall and a man named Roan Waters from the girl's biological father. Harvard University is renaming its DEI office. Fox's Tanya J. Powers.
Harvard's Office for Equity, Diversity, Inclusion, and Belonging will now be called Community and Campus Life. It was announced on Monday afternoon in an email from the head of what had been the Chief Diversity Officer, but is now the Chief Community and Campus Life Officer. The change comes as the Trump administration continues its push to dismantle DEI programming at universities, freezing more than $2 billion of Harvard's government funding. The school also says it will no longer host or fund affinity group celebrations during commencement, just months after the U.S. Department of Education threatened more funding cuts if Harvard did not cancel graduation celebrations that might separate students based on race. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Your nose is for breathing. Your mouth is for eating. And if you're breathing through your mouth, it's not because your body wants to. It's because it has to, because your nose isn't working properly. And although you've lived like this, it's no way to live, and it's having a significant impact on your life. I know you know this, and I know that taking action isn't always convenient. But at Advent, we've done all we can to make changing your life for the better as easy as possible. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. With tens of thousands of our patients, a thorough breathing triangle evaluation, along with a simple 20-minute in-office procedure called balloon sinuplasty, has opened their nasal passages, allowing them to breathe freely through their nose for good. And there's a good chance this procedure can do the same for you. We'll help you breathe through your nose again, and it will change your life.
Go to AdventKnows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, Chris, southbound 65 on the approach to downtown. This is a crash after 29th, blocking the right lane. Scanner says we have a car versus a semi, and traffic is backed up to the White River. That is a 7-minute delay. Also, eastbound 70 stop and go from Tibbs Avenue into the South Split for an 8-minute delay. Northbound 465 east side slow after 70 up to East 56th Street. Eastbound 465 stop and go before Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. South side, eastbound 465 slow in pockets, Kentucky Avenue over to I-69 and a little bit beyond. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Here's your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Severe storm threat mainly south of Indy through this evening with showers ending by tonight with lows in the low 50s. Then more scattered showers and storms Wednesday afternoon and night with an isolated strong to severe wind and hail threat with highs in the lower 70s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Can we later, Hammer, talk about how Trump and the White House turned the front lawn into this gigantic mugshot gallery of criminal immigrants
Yes.
that have been deported, distribution of fentanyl. Another guy will say first-degree murder. Another mugshot will say child molestation. And, you know, it's on the front lawn of the White House, so like even the liberal crazy legacy cable outlets have to show it, but they've been blurring out the mugshot.
Stop.
We'll talk a little bit about some of this after 5 o'clock.
You think if it were January 6th, folks, they would have that same gung-ho spirit of blurring everything out?
They'd put them out there personally and chain them to the lawn, like for real. Like they wouldn't use their mugshot to be the real person.
Here's an AI version of what happened.
I just saw, and I wanted to see what you thought of this. Are you a Godfather guy?
Love it.
The movie The Godfather. I consider The Godfather 1 and 2 almost the same movie. Like I don't see a distinction between like the first and second movie, although I think 2 won an Academy Award. But anyway, Steven Spielberg has come out and said that he thinks The Godfather is the best American movie of all time.
Now, he had to say American movie because this country didn't make Crocodile Dundee.
It didn't? I would say, just on its face, I would agree with Steven Spielberg, who's one of the greatest directors of all time. And he's made some American great movies himself, but Francis Ford Coppola and The Godfather are the best American-made movie of all time. Is that in your wheelhouse at all? Does that connect with you?
Oh, I love The Godfather,
resonate with
yes.
you? Because for me, just that thing where Al Pacino's character,
Michael Corleone.
Michael Corleone comes in as this war hero and just turns into like a monster. And just like with the flip of the switch.
And he has to become that way because his brother's a hothead, old Sonny Corleone, James Caan. And I think the reason that movie worked is because I think James Caan was just playing himself, right? I like it when actors play themselves because the movie's really good. Like Charlie Sheen's character in 2.5 Men. That's not a character. That's Charlie Sheen. Billy Bob Thornton in most movies. Just plays himself.
Just a mean old drunk with a constant 5 o'clock shadow.
And James Caan as a guy that has a very small tolerance for crap. The hot-headed Sonny Corleone. That works. I mean, that's such an all-star cast, too. Like Talia Shire and Al Pacino, Marlon Brando. I think it is my number one seed. Yes, I go with Godfather. Now, I like 1 better than 2. Some people think 2 is better than 1. I'm a 1 guy.
When Godfather 2 goes back to where Marlon Brando's character is Robert De Niro, like back in the old school, like Don Corleone, like when he first gets established.
They were doing origin stories before it was cool.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. But I will say I wasn't too... That's not one of the most fascinating parts about that movie for me. I don't know what is. I can't pinpoint it, but I didn't necessarily enjoy the flashbacks.
I'm with you on that one.
I put up with it. I don't know why I can't seem to put a finger on why I don't necessarily like the flashbacks. But all in all, Steven Spielberg, sure. I don't know what movies Steven Spielberg has made lately that I've enjoyed. He made The Post, which was really, really good, with Meryl Streep about the Washington. Was it the Washington Post?
Probably the Washington Post, because Hanks was doing voiceovers for them for a while too. Democracy dies in the darkness. Says one of the most slanted liberal rags that's out there.
Meryl Streep is the first female newspaper publisher, so battling the government. So that was good. And after that, I don't know. It's
Steven
been a while.
Spielberg, like IU basketball. You think about all the stuff that was really good back in the 80s and before then, but man, it's been rough lately. It's been a little rough.
Bridge of Spies was really good. Before that was
Porky's. Did he do that?
Munich was badass. If you've never seen the after the Black September capture and massacre of those Israeli athletes in the 72 Olympics, Mossad went and took care of business there. So
took care of business.
Yeah,
he fixed the glitch.
Yeah, right.
That's what the Bobs in Office Space would say. Dateline Virginia. A woman in Virginia says she's been traumatized after she found a baby snake in her margarita at a Mexican restaurant.
Baby snake?
I guess it fell through an air conditioner vent from the ceiling, bounced off her forehead, and landed in her drink. Here she is explaining what happened.
I leaned in to take a sip, and I noticed that something hit me on the forehead, and I looked at my husband like, what was that? And when I turned around, I saw the snake in my margarita. And I just jumped away from the bar at that point. It was moving. It started wrapping around my straw. They grabbed the stick trying to get it, and I was just like, please don't let it go in my purse. Another man that was having dinner on the other side of the bar came, and he grabbed it and took it out. I left shaking, like I was traumatized.
Oh, I'm sure it was like just a little garter snake.
Still, I don't want snakes in my margaritas.
I agree. I don't want snakes in my margaritas, but it wasn't like it was some sort of black mamba.
An anaconda fell down from the roof. I have had it with these Monday to Friday snakes.
Margaritas.
Monkey fighting margaritas.
Oh, I haven't had a margarita for a long time.
Monday is Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
There's chatter that our friends at Hiatus may be bringing us a little something, Nige.
Margaritaville. Here we come. Let's do it.
How about we do this? How about we give away some tickets to the Sancio IndyCar Grand Prix? IndyCar's on the road course Saturday, May 10th. We got a fun little game you got to play, but caller number 9 gets the chance to play. 239-9393. That's 317-239-9393. Caller number 9 will play a fun game for your chance to win IndyCar Grand Prix tickets next.
Nothing better than taking the family out to a midsummer baseball game out at Victory Field. And my friends at AAA Hoosier Motor Club can help deliver on some big-time savings. They're partners with the Indianapolis Indians and sponsors of their fabulous Friday night fireworks. And if you're an Indians fan and a AAA member, you get all sorts of perks. $4 off tickets to all home games, plus 10% concessions and Indians Pro Shop discounts.
Yeah, going to Victory Field, always fun. Same with going on a vacation. And AAA members, you save when you have a membership. You get discounts on hotels, rental cars, and even complimentary travel planning. Plus, if you run into trouble out on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. Join AAA today. Visit AAA.com, call 844-GO, AAA-GO, or stop by your local AAA office.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower. Future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
There sure are a lot of memories in that house. It's where you celebrated years of anniversaries and birthdays, where you watched the kids grow, where you relaxed in your retirement. You love it right down to the scuff on the dining room floor and that sticky window in the bedroom. But now the stairs are getting harder, the lawn, the cleaning, the repairs, it's just too much to keep up. And you know it's probably time to downsize. But the thought of getting the house ready to sell is overwhelming. It's time to learn about Simple Quarters. They'll buy your house as is. No repairs, no worries. They handle everything. You take what you want and you leave the rest. They're a Christian company, so they understand the emotional ties, and they'll be respectful of your memories and feelings as they help you simplify your life. If you're considering downsizing and want a hassle-free way to sell your home, call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. That's 317-900-HOME, or go to simplequarters.com.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Chocolate lovers are going absolutely bananas over our new Bluebell Banana Fudge. Rich milk chocolate ice cream swirled with a scrumptious banana-flavored ice cream. Your favorite banana fudge bar, now in a carton.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at your local grocery and pick up your favorite flavor today.
Hanging baskets, bedding flats, tropicals, vegetables, herbs, herbaceous perennials, trees, shrubs, and home decor. All of this at Sundown Gardens, Spring Mill Road and 186th Street.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
Listen to Tony Katz all week long for your chance to win 2 tickets to the Sancio Grand Prix on Saturday, May 10th at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. More info at WIBC.com.
Yeah, we're doing that exact same contest here on the Hammer and Nigel show all this week.
Are we? Except for today.
Right, because our phone lines aren't working. And I'm about to melt down on that coming up right after we check the roads with Matt Bear.
All right, Hammer, southbound 65 crash after 29th Street, blocking the right lane, involves a semi and a car. Traffic is jammed to the White River for delay time of 3 minutes. On the west side, crash at the bottom of the exit ramp from southbound 465 to West 38th Street. Eastbound 70 jammed up from Tibbs Avenue into the south split for a 9-minute delay. Eastbound 465 stop and go Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. And inbound 69 dragging from 106th Street to 82nd, delay time of 5 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road at North Shadeland, or online at DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Bloomington, if you're not seeing it yet, you have got action on the way.
Really?
Radar lighting up there. A few pop-ups around central Indy, just to the west. I'm sorry, to the east of Greenwood. You're seeing a little bit there, and a much larger line still making its way through. We will certainly keep you up to date. Right now, it's 78 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and we had planned on giving away awesome tickets to the Sancio Grand Prix at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
It was the grand plan.
That was the grand plan for the Grand Prix tickets, right?
Played.
But our phone lines are not working again. We're a show that's been named #1 in America before. #1 in America. This is the #1 rated station in the city of Indianapolis. Our show's #1 in Afternoon Drive. And I know it might not be the fault of anybody here, but why does it always happen during our show?
Always our show.
It's always our show.
We're not going to be able to do caller roulette.
No, we can't do anything because this thing sucks. This thing stinks.
We don't need, first of all, we don't need our show to be better by taking calls, but we'd like to do it once a week. And caller roulette is now dead. And not to mention this contest you had planned, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, and I love the prize. Like, if you've never seen the IndyCar race on the road course, it's a great way to kick off the month of May. Like, if you've got, kids and maybe the 500 or qualifying is a little too much for them, this is a great way to kind of baptize them into the motor speedway, go into the road course race, right? We'd love to give away tickets like we did yesterday when we had a fun call-in contest, but today the phones are not working. And this is ridiculous, and I'm over it. Like, I don't know what we'll do. We'll give away 2 pairs tomorrow. If it has to be on social media, so be it. But the whole thing stinks, Nigel. It stinks. Dateline, Massachusetts. A town in Massachusetts found that a pain-in-the-butt woodpecker has damaged over 20 vehicles in one area.
I hate those peckers.
Come on.
I do. I hate them. I hate them. They destroyed our house.
Here is Janelle talking about catching the birds in the act.
We seem to have a vandal in our neighborhood. I'm describing him as, 18 to 24 inches tall, wearing black and white with a red hat. The woodpecker showed up and landed on the windshield wipers of the RV in our yard and was looking at his reflection. And we're like, you know what? I bet he was the one that damaged the mirrors as well.
And you're not allowed to do anything to them either. Like, say you had a BB gun or something like that, maybe a high-powered, like, soft, pellet gun, or whatever. You're not allowed to do anything because they're protected species. You should let them destroy. I don't know. What did you say they were destroying?
Vehicles.
Really?
20 vehicles, cars. And we're not talking about like Teslas being keyed like the super radical lefties here. These are these pain-in-the-butt woodpeckers going around just being buttholes.
Don't you have... like All-Star Roofing. All-Star had to like redo my entire side of the house because it had been just like bullet 50 caliber size holes of these freaking woodpeckers that nobody could do anything about because you get in trouble if you try to kill them.
Right.
And
Allison, Sullivan's, you work over at Sullivan's. You got anything that can kill a woodpecker over there? Other than Pat Sullivan?
Not kill, but I do know if you put like a fake owl or a fake other bird along your roof, it does scare it.
I'm supposed to put that in my car, Allison?
Yes, and you have to move it around.
The Owlmobile just cruising around the streets of Beech Grove with a big freaking owl on my car.
Hey, there's Hammer with the fake owl on his trunk.
Who's that loser with the owl on his car? It's me waving. I can't take phone calls either. Just waving at everybody. What a disaster. We need, what do we need here? 25 more people to give us a thumbs up on the YouTube feed. At least that's working.
No way.
At least the YouTube feed's working.
It wasn't earlier. It said Kendall and Casey.
Pick my battles here. Yeah, so we need 25 more people. So if you're mad as hell and you're not going to take it anymore like I'm at with these phone lines, if you've had a bad day or maybe you've had a great day, doesn't matter the case. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. I just hit refresh. We need 20. 20 awesome, badass Hoosiers. Give us a like on the YouTube feed, and that'll be the one bright spot that I've had so far. I know everything else might be going to crap in a handbasket around here, but if you can get us to 100 on the YouTube chat, that means Nick from the digital department will not give us crap. And I like not getting crap from Nick because Nick's big and Nick's strong.
Yes.
So please give us 20 more likes on the YouTube feed. And if you want to leave in the comments, like in the YouTube chat, your phone lines suck, we'll allow it. As many people as you want to, we'll allow it. Your phone lines suck.
Is this the biggest pet peeve that you have, you think, when it comes to the show and then how it operates from day to day?
It's been a while. Back when Ari used to be our producer and he'd disagree with something we'd say and he'd throw his arms up or he'd act so flabbergasted. Like, just push the buttons and shut up, kid.
Okay.
Like, that drove me nuts. But this we work hard to put a show together. We get here at 10:30. We're editing audio. We're booking guests. We're trying to make this thing entertaining and informative. And halfway through, oh, by the way, your phone lines don't work. Well, bite me. Bite me. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Your future holds so much potential. The question is, are you planting the right seeds today to make it flourish? At Howard Bailey Financial, we strive to help you create a retirement plan that can adapt to your evolving needs, offering guidance to bring you clarity, confidence, and purpose along the way. Whether you're just beginning or refining your financial strategy, we're here to support you. Let's grow something lasting together. Text GROW to 888-262-1104 to start planning for your future full of possibility. That's GROW to 888-262-1104. Take the first step today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Mecum Auctions returns to the Indiana State Fairgrounds May 9th through 17th for Dana Mecum's 38th Original Spring Classic. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. And with more than 3,000 vehicles up for auction, it's a chance to bring home your dream car. Register to bid and buy tickets now at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today. Hammer Nigel here, inviting you to join us as we kick off the weekend every Friday around 5:45 with Beer Sample Friday, brought to you by our friends at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
It's the 100th day. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News, and President Trump is set to hold a rally in a battleground state.
So I just want to say that Michigan, it's been my great honor to be here. I've had tremendous success in Michigan. Not all Republicans have, but I have.
Speaking at an Air National Guard base a short time ago before heading to the rally at a community college outside Detroit. Earlier, telling reporters he's pleased with the progress in the first 100 days of his second term, both on the border and the economy, as Republicans in Congress continue work on the big, beautiful bill to advance his agenda.
That'll be the biggest bill in the history of our country in terms of tax cuts and regulation cuts.
Democrats say the president is crashing the economy, and a project led by two Democratic lawmakers says the administration is withholding more than $400 billion in spending already approved by Congress.
Almost $42 billion comes from the State Department, including international aid funds, $62 billion in competitive transportation department grants for infrastructure projects, more than $10 billion for projects funded by the Agriculture Department, and $943 million for Head Start early education. Those Democrats and some Republicans say the president needs congressional approval to not spend congressionally authorized funds.
Fox's Chris Foster. A bipartisan tribute on Capitol Hill to the Postal Battalion of Black women deployed to Europe during World War II, the only women's Army Corps unit of color in the war, who overcame more than just the challenge of delivering the mail.
The 6888 had sorted over 17 million pieces of mail. They got the job done, even in the face of inadequate supplies and even in the face of discrimination, both for within the Army and back home.
House Speaker Mike Johnson awarding the Congressional Gold Medal to the battalion whose story was made into a movie, 6888. Stocks finish higher, the Dow up 300 points. America is listening to Fox News.
Sometimes I struggled.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A 25-year sentence for a mom complicit in a kidnapping. It looks like the severe thunderstorms that have crossed the border into Indiana from Illinois will likely affect central Indiana sometime in the next hour or two. It's 78 on Monument Circle now with a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for southern Indiana as far north as Bloomington. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 5:02. You may remember the story from 2023 of 24-year-old Madison Marshall and the death of her 1-year-old daughter, Oakley, whose body was found in a dresser in an abandoned building in Morgan County, authorities say, after she was kidnapped from her biological father. Now Marshall has taken a plea deal and gets that quarter of a century in prison on several neglect charges, agreeing to testify against the man she says helped in the kidnapping, Roan Waters. Grade changing in exchange for money. That appears to be what has been going on in South Bend schools, says an investigator appointed to look into it.
The issue appears to be widespread, with at least 2,500 grades for individual courses that appear to be manipulated in some way over the 3 years that were reviewed.
Diane Frothy says it seems to be a systemic issue with teachers, counselors, and administrators all involved. No names named at Monday's school board meeting. No name yet in the fatal fiery crash on State Road 67 south of Muncie this morning, where 2 cars hit on State Road 67. 1 person dead, another critical. No name yet either in the incident in which a train hit an SUV Saturday south of Mass Ave. IMPD says the man who was in the SUV has died. It may be an alternative to stop sticks when trying to catch a bad guy. Ryan Hedrick reports.
Mooresville Police Chief Kerry Buckner says they're going to be using something called the pit maneuver.
You're making minimal contact with the vehicle, and all it does is throw the vehicle off its axis to stop the pursuit.
Buckner says one of his cops was nearly hit head-on during a police chase last weekend and could have been killed. He says the training isn't cheap.
Each pit bumper was a couple $1,000s.
He says as far as public safety goes,
I mean, it's just like any other thing that you do. You have to use good common sense. You have to find the right area.
Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Pat Sullivan here. Have you heard about impact-resistant shingles? They're the smart choice for protecting your home from harsh weather. And here's something you may not know. Most insurance companies offer discounts on your premiums if you install them. At the Michaelis Corporation, we offer top-tier Category 3 and Category 4 impact-resistant shingles that stand up to the toughest storms. From hail to high winds, these shingles offer a 30-year warranty that stands by their durability. And when a weather event hits, don't worry. Let Michaelis perform a free inspection of your property to ensure everything is in top condition. We don't inspect the roof at ground level. Our experts will safely climb onto the roof to check for damages. Roof, gutter, siding, windows are all inspected for storm damage. Michaelis Corporation provides over 35 years of disaster restoration. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, approaching downtown, southbound 65 after 29th. Crash blocking the right lane. Slow back to the White River. And crash on the south side. It's serious. Southport Road at Sherman Drive. Injury crash with entrapment. West side crash. 38th at Shore Drive then. Southbound 465 on the west side, crash at the bottom of the exit ramp to 38th Street. So it's at the very bottom. It is open, partially blocked. Eastbound 465, stop and go traffic, Westfield Boulevard over to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Here's your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Severe storm threat mainly south of Indy through this evening with showers ending by tonight with lows in the low 50s. Then more scattered showers and storms Wednesday afternoon and night with an isolated strong to severe wind and hail threat with highs in the lower 70s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
We'll get to this new podcast with Michelle Obama, where she's talking about how brutal and despicable and racist Trump's deportation policy is. But first, let me go to the headline here of the Huffington Post, left-wing liberal right, for sure. White House turns front lawn into mugshot gallery of alleged criminal immigrants. The White House found a flashy way to celebrate its brutal immigration crackdown on the eve of President Donald Trump's 100th day in office. On Monday, 100 signs displaying the mugshots of immigrants arrested during the first leg of second Trump's administration decorated the North Lawn. Each poster, Hammer, as you can see, you've probably seen the footage. Each poster was labeled illegal alien, listed the individual's crime and their mugshot. Kidnapping, rape, child abuse, drug distribution, hundreds of them on the White House lawn. Nothing that the cable news outlets could really do about it. But I did see reports that they were blurring their pictures. They were blurring their mugshots out.
Blurring out rapists. Blurring out murderers.
Now, the lawn signs, again, didn't include the names of the individuals, just their mugshots and what they were accused of. So, again, you want to talk about Trump's first 100 days, I think illegal immigration is a huge success.
Trump voters, I think, for the most part, there's some issues about the tariffs, right? Let's not ignore the elephant in the room. There's some issues about tariffs and 401ks. But for the most part, I think Trump voters are good with the first 100 days.
That's fine, but nobody wants to talk about how the stock market's back up to, where it was. And nobody wants to talk about the fact that, car manufacturers and other places are investing billions of dollars in the United States to bring manufacturing and other things back here. To avoid those tariffs.
But Nigel, I was told by the Washington Post and ABC News that his first 100 days were a failure. The polling said Donald Trump was worse than any other president in the first 100 days.
Is there anything I could care less about in the first 100 days of any president than the polling? Who cares? He's the president for the next at least 8 years, so...
You mean all the old grown-ass men from Ben Davis that still wear their high school Letterman jacket to try to troll me on my Facebook page? They may be wrong? Huh, that's weird. That's a shocker. And by the way, that's an unofficial but true statistic. No school has more old dudes that still wear their Letterman jacket than Ben Davis High School.
Is that true?
I don't have the facts to back it up. All I can see is my own eyes. Nobody relives those glory days like a Ben Davis athlete.
It's just, though, it goes back to the fact that illegal immigration is like, what do we talk to the Breitbart guy, the expert on Friday? I forget his name. I can't think. Was it Rick or was it?
I drink a lot. You're gonna have to.
But he's an expert, been on the border for a long time, and he said it's gone from thousands a day to maybe a few hundred a day under Donald Trump.
Fixed in 3 days.
See, that's where the Democrats lie to you. Well, our hands are tied. There's nothing we can do. We with Joe Biden, we're doing all we can do. We've got this new app where you can claim asylum, and it was fixed within days.
Right. All it took was a little want to. That's all it took was a little bit of want to, and the border was fixed. Now, on the subject of immigration, Michelle Obama, who last time I checked, her husband liked to deport some people from time to time.
Well, there's always that stat, sure.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But old Big Mike did a podcast and said that Trump's deportation policy is racist, and it keeps her up at night.
And knowing that there's so much bias and so much racism and so much ignorance that fuels those kind of choices, I worry for people of color all over this country. And I don't know that we will have the advocates to protect everybody. And that frightens me. It keeps me up at night. And I know that I see that when I'm driving around LA, I'm just looking in the faces of folks who could be victim. And I'm wondering, how are you feeling? How do you feel standing on the bus stop? How do you feel comfortable going to work, going to school, when you know that there could be people out here judging you and who could upend your life in a second?
Now, last time I checked, Nige.
Yes.
Her husband, Barack Hussein Obama, deported way more people than Donald Trump has. And it's not even close. 3 million illegal immigrants deported by Barack Obama. 3.2 million people were formally removed from the United States during his presidency, with a peak of 435,000 in 2013 alone. In 2013, 500,000 were deported by Barack Obama. Yet it's Trump's deportation policy that keeps Big Mike up at night. Stop it. Stop it.
3 words: kids in cages.
Her husband.
Oh, no. Wait, what? No, you've got to be wrong. I didn't hear kids in cages until Donald Trump and his first term.
Right. They invented the kids in cages. Joe Biden signed off on it. Barack Obama said, hey, let's do this. It's their thing. That's their jam. They get off on it. But yet somehow it's Trump that's the bad guy. Okay. Let's play a quick round of Is It Racist?
It's time to play Is It Racist?
Now, for those who may be new to the program, here to explain the rules of this game is AOC.
Is it racist? Is something racist, yes or no?
Appearing on her YouTube show, because she's not on cable news anymore because she was fired, former MSNBC host Joy Reid says America as a nation will eventually die off like the Roman Empire if we keep voting white folks in.
Each community on earth. If you take that away and try to distill us just down to white folks, we'll be like Europe, an aging, slowly dying former empire. The Roman Empire didn't survive because it didn't have enough strength in its diversity. It suppressed its diversity and it died. If the U.S. wants to be the Roman Empire, keep voting the way you're voting, y'all.
Yeah, I'd say that's racist. When you kind of group a lump of bunch of people the same color in and say, hey, the country's going to go away if we keep voting white people in.
Right.
It's essentially what she's saying.
This country will die if you keep voting in whitey.
But yet every time somebody talks about the great replacement theory or what happened under Joe Biden and letting millions and millions of immigrants in, then somehow that's perfectly okay. You know what I'm trying to say here?
Right, right.
But once you say, well, the white folks, you keep voting whitey in, then we're all going to get replaced.
Right. This country will die if you keep voting in whitey.
That's their version of the great replacement theory.
Can't believe with takes like that, Joy Reid was fired from MSNBC.
Now what is she on YouTube?
Just doing a YouTube show. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you missed it earlier, I was at the courthouse when Gabe Whitley, a local fraudster, was sentenced for basically creating a fake campaign, fake donors for his run for office. Yeah. And he was sentenced to 3 months in federal prison and also 1 year of probation. I was in the courtroom. I did some sketches because you weren't allowed to have your phone. So I acted like a sketch artist, that you would find in a courtroom. And I posted my sketches, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to see my pictures of Gabe Whitley, his hot defense attorney. It's all right there. I think I paint a pretty good picture, Nige.
I like the backside of the defense attorney.
Me too.
You depicted.
I did too.
And you depicted it on a piece of paper. You drew it.
Correct. You're welcome, Indianapolis.
A little wedge going on right there.
Matt Bear.
Pike Township, northwest side. It is a crash southbound 65, a 465 blocking the left lane, causing a little bit of a slowdown. No delay there. And continuing on southbound 65, approaching downtown. Stop and go traffic before MLK2 Meridian Street. That's because of an earlier crash. It has cleared. Crash on the west side, southbound 465, 238th Street. The ramp is open, but it is partially blocked. Eastbound 70, stop and go Belmont into the south split. That's a 5-minute delay. Inbound 69 slows 106 282nd at eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. Crash west side 38th at Shore. Crash south side Southport Road at Sherman Drive. That's reported with injury and entrapment. Traffic sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
So now that Gabe Whitley is going to federal prison, who's going to run the Hoosier Chronicle, Nige? That stupid, fake publication that he put together just to troll people?
Was that an online thing?
Right.
Like with some app? Yeah, I'm feeling that's going to go dark.
Yeah, it's going to be funny watching the next, 90 days of how many of these fake accounts that he created just to troll people are going to be suspiciously silent.
Us included.
Right.
Right. I mean, like Rob Kendall and Abdul especially got the kind of the brunt in of that a campaign is a good word that, I mean, just bombarded those guys with false accusations and defamation and lies. And that was apparently all he had going on in life.
And you know what? I think the judge was probably ready to be lenient on him, but he couldn't shut up in court today. He couldn't shut up. Like his hot defense attorney looked like she wanted to strangle him at times. Just keep your mouth shut. Because the judge busted him telling lie after lie and called him out on it. Was asking him questions about previous lies that he didn't have an answer to. So, yeah, I'm happy he's going to prison for a little bit. And I hope everything that goes on in prison happens to Gabe Whitley.
Oh, my
Couldn't have happened to a worse dude. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Yeah, there's a reason why I use officially and exclusively American Standard Heating and Air products. I use their equipment. I use their local independent dealers. It's because the American Standard is built to a higher standard. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those awesome local independent dealers.
How about Price Point Comfort? Price Point Comfort, locally owned American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer that gives you the right price guarantee. I like guarantees. Guarantees are good. They promise not to oversell you or pressure you into buying a bunch of stuff you don't need, like a lot of the other HVAC competitors do. Price Point Comfort strives for customer satisfaction. Check them out online, pricepointcomfort.com. That's pricepointcomfort.com, or just give them a call, 317-455-1124. You can ask for James or Tyler. They'll hook you up. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. Price Point Comfort is your independent American Standard dealer built to a higher standard.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Since we opened our doors, UC Bank has been committed to the communities we call home. Building financial wellness, UC is proud to offer customized lending strategies and innovative resources to our vibrant communities. UC Bank, building community one family, one street, one city at a time. Member FDIC.
From the moment our eyes met, I knew it was love at first sight. She had such a playful sense of humor. And when I look in that sparkle in her eyes, I just melt. My folks always said to find the girl I can't live without. And my heart says she's the one. So I'm going to Pierce Jewelers in Carmel for that perfect diamond engagement ring. Nothing says I love you more than an engagement ring from Pierce Jewelers. She pierced my heart. Now I'm going to pierce hers. Shop local. Shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers.
Hey folks, Scott Wilson here from Wilson Farm Market. Even in winter, we're bringing you the best in farm fresh flavors. Stop in for our fresh salad bar, hot and crispy wing bar, and a cheese selection that is second to none. Got a sweet tooth? Our homemade pies, creamy fudge, and old-fashioned candy will hit the spot. Come see us on US 31 just north of Carmel. We're open every day 9 to 6. At Wilson Farm Market, we're all about fresh, local, and delicious. See you soon.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Sundown Gardens, Hamilton County Spring Nursery headquarters.
Are you really okay with this? Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
Hammer, this past Friday, the Washington Nationals had Bring Your Dog to the Game night. But it was also a Friday fireworks night.
Oh, no.
We all know dogs and fireworks really don't mix. Fans were not happy. Are you okay with this?
They only gave fans 20 minutes to get their dogs out of the ballpark before the fireworks started going off. And if you've ever left a sporting event, it takes longer than 20 minutes to get the heck out of there. So these poor dogs were freaking out. No, I'm not okay with this. And look where it happened. The Washington Nationals ballpark. It's totally on brand for a group of leaders that are based in Washington, D.C. to have such a bad decision, right? Like, this is on brand. It's dog night and it's also fireworks night. This is ridiculous. This had to go through multiple levels of promotions because that's how these things work. There's a promotion director, there are promotion assistants, there's a marketing manager. All these people probably said, yeah, sign off on it. Fireworks night, dog night. Sounds great. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not okay with that.
Some Southwest passengers flying from Philly to Chi-Town had a rough flight the other day. As the plane was landing, a female passenger stripped down and pooped on her seat.
Oh.
Here is NBC in Chicago.
A Southwest flight to Chicago took a wild turn, and not because of turbulence. So police met the plane at Midway Airport in Chicago after reports that a passenger removed her clothes and defecated on her seat. Then the aircraft had to be taken out of service for cleaning. Southwest says they're reaching out to apologize to everyone on board and emphasize that safety is their top priority.
Are you okay with this?
So the range of emotions that people go through here when you see something like this unfolding. Now, it depends on what this person looks like. Let's say this person looked like Sydney Sweeney. They start undressing on the plane. You're like, oh, hey, all right. We got a ball game here. We got a show. But then it doesn't matter what you look like. You could look like Sydney Sweeney, or you could look like Sidney Poitier. When you sit down to poop on a seat, all bets are off.
In public, when you're in the air, on an airplane, yes.
What is wrong with these people? We have these types of stories all the time. And here's proof of it. We're going to play a round called Great Moments in Airline Bathroom Issues History. Great moments in airline bathroom issues history. Here was a British woman that decided just to pee in the middle of the aisle.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, I did ask.
That is disgusting.
I know.
You are a grown woman.
I know.
Get up off the floor.
I know.
That is disgusting.
I know.
So why are you doing it for?
I know, I did ask.
Why
I did ask. Can I go please to the toilet?
So you think it's alright just to sit down and on the floor like that?
I couldn't say it. I did ask, can I please go to the toilet? They said no. They did say no.
So you think it's okay to on the floor?
I know. That's not okay.
Now I know what you're probably thinking. Oh, those awful British, those wankers. Oh, what's wrong with them? They don't take care of their teeth, and they pee in the aisle.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Meanwhile, here in America, we've got women doing the exact same thing.
Sorry, everybody.
Are you serious?
Okay, let me I don't give a no you. I gotta go pee.
I mean, does the apology at the beginning give her any sort of reprieve?
Allison, I want you to play that last clip one more time, because the thing that caught me, Nige, was not just the apology, but the audible groan once they could see that first stream of pee hitting the floor.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
Are you serious?
Okay, let me I don't give a no you. I gotta go pee.
Oh, wow. Look, man, I've been there. I remember Saturday, actually, coming back. I had to get the old family truckster gassed up and ready to go. So my wife traveled for a couple of days, right? And I was about halfway home, and I thought, I might have to pull over. And it wasn't number one.
Uh-oh.
And I had not started the colonoscopy prep yet. I was still a day away. I was still a day away from that. And it was touch and go.
Really?
It was that bad. I don't know what happened. And
it's weird. It's like
out of nowhere.
I can't describe why. I don't know the science behind it, but the closer you get to a toilet, it's almost like your butt knows.
Oh, yes.
Your butt knows.
Yes.
Like you could drive for 3 hours and be like, man, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it. You get 5 feet from the bathroom, you're looking like Jeff Daniels in Dumb and Dumber. That's just how it works. I don't understand the science behind it, but that's something that happens.
Let's do this. Let's do this one here.
Actually, let's take a break.
Oh, do you want to do? Okay.
Yeah, let's take a break and hold that for the backside here.
Great.
More Hammer and Nigel show coming up right after we have a look at the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Every little bit helps, says Doge. Strong storms continue to build this way from the southwest. A severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for southern and eastern Indiana. Not quite making it up this far, but as far as Bloomington. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. President Trump has been in 100 days. Fox's Grady Trimble on the praise and the criticism.
Doge says it has saved taxpayers around $160 billion in the first 100 days of President Trump's term. That, of course, is a far cry from Elon Musk's original $2 trillion goal, but Republicans argue that every little bit counts. The top agencies leading the way in cuts, starting with Health and Human Services, the Department of Education, and the Department of Labor.
The criminal history of the man accused of stealing Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's purse.
He is a Chilean national in the country illegally, arrested for stealing Secretary Noem's purse. And here in New York, he's wanted for an arrest that happened last month, charged with grand larceny. The NYPD confirms that Mario Bustamante Laiva, an illegal migrant, was arrested March 2nd just south of Times Square. And according to the New York Post, police gave him a desk appearance ticket, but he never showed up to court. Prosecutors say after that, Bustamante Laiva headed to Washington, D.C., where he allegedly went on a stealing spree and swiped Secretary Noem's purse during an Easter Sunday meal with her family. He's now facing federal charges, including robbery, wire fraud, and aggravated identity theft.
Helping Hoosier kids read, the goal of Indiana First Lady Maureen Braun. John Herrick reports.
On Tuesday, she announced what she calls a fundraising initiative to expand and sustain Dolly Parton's Imagination Library across the state.
Reading opens up a world of imagination for kids. Having books in the home helps children do better in school and will benefit them throughout their lives.
She says she'll be collaborating with philanthropic organizations and state leaders to secure the necessary money and raise awareness for the Imagination Library's ongoing expansion. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
Chris, coming out of the South Split, we're doing it slowly on southbound 65 because we have a crash between Raymond and Keystone, a half mile before the South Keystone Avenue exit. It's blocking the left lane, stopping traffic into the South Split about 6 minutes down. It's probably going to take you a little longer, especially if you're on eastbound 70 at the back of the line. The back's Belmont, and then we're stop and go into the South Split, part in because of that crash and just rush hour traffic. But right now, 6 minutes also to added to your time on eastbound 70 from Belmont to the South Split. Inbound 65, stop and go White River to Meridian Penn. Inbound 69 slows 106, 282nd, 5-minute delay. Crash south side, Southport Road to Sherman Drive. And a crash, 38th at Shore. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Here's your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Severe storm threat mainly south of Indy through this evening with showers ending by tonight with lows in the low 50s. Then more scattered showers and storms Wednesday afternoon and night with an isolated strong to severe wind and hail threat with highs in the lower 70s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
I love this audio here, Hammer. The Buffalo's Bills GM. Yeah, the NFL draft going on last week, right?
Yep.
And the Buffalo Bills GM, Brandon Beane, went off on a couple of these radio guys over in Buffalo because they were complaining that he didn't pick a wide receiver early on in the draft. So these two radio guys,
sports hosts.
Yeah, like it'd be like, JMV or Jay Query or whatever, complaining that say, hey, dude, you didn't pick up a wide receiver early enough in the draft. Here's the GM's response on the Jeremy and Joe show.
I was just listening to the last few minutes of your show before I came on, waiting on here.
All right.
Sounds like 2018 all over with you guys. Well, you guys were in 2018 about Josh Allen. You guys wanted Josh Rosen, and now you guys are that we don't have a receiver. But I don't understand it now. You just saw us lead the league in points when you add all the postseason. No one scored more points. You just saw us do it without Stephon Diggs, same group. How is this group not better than last year's group? About wide receiver is one of the dumbest arguments I've heard.
Solid. Okay. All right.
Good radio right there. But as the radio hosts, I didn't hear the context. I didn't hear what led up to that, and I don't have a clip of what their response was like.
Right.
But
they're probably saying, hey, you got one of the best quarterbacks in the league here. Give him some weapons. He's doing the best he can with the guys you gave him, but you let Stephon Diggs walk. You didn't get an alpha receiver in here. That's probably their argument.
Ah, okay.
But the GM's like, yeah, we let Diggs walk because we've got the best quarterback or one of the best quarterbacks. We led the league in points by throwing to a bunch of random dudes because we've got Josh Allen and they don't.
You're a radio host, though. If you get that kind of response, you're just loving it on the inside. You have to know how to respond to go back at him, like you just did, for example. And I didn't hear these guys, but, man, if you're like in our business and you can get a guest to do that, Like
who did Napoleon go off on about back in the day?
Jay Moore. Was that comedian
Jay Moore went off on Napoleon. That's right. That's
they were on together, and it was on the Mark Patrick show, I believe.
Okay,
And
MPOS.
MPOS. I believe that audio has been disappeared.
It's been Epstein.
Yeah, right.
That audio did not commit suicide.
It did not. So, yeah, what did you think of the Colts draft?
I thought the first pick was a home run. I love that Penn State kid. Finally, you got a tight end that can block and catch. He should start immediately. If he does not start, then come on. What are we doing here? After that, it's a crapshoot. I mean, they took a
quarterback.
They got Riley Leonard from Notre Dame late. There was a defensive back from Minnesota. We'll see how those guys.
From Ohio State, is that what you said?
Yeah, an edge rusher from Ohio State. We'll see how those guys pan out.
Did you do on Is It Racist yesterday for Deion Sanders' kid?
We talked about that, yeah.
With you and Guy Relford.
What's wild to me is that these people who know nothing of ball, like Jamal Bowman, Maggie Lewis, local rep here, without coming out and saying it, they're very passive-aggressively saying race was a factor here. First pick in the whole damn draft was a black quarterback. Alabama's quarterback got drafted in front of Shedeur Sanders. Black quarterback, Jalen Milroe. If your argument is NFL executives don't like black football players, that tells me you haven't watched a whole lot of NFL football. It sounds like unless you're a first-round talent, where you could probably rob a bank and get away with being a first-round pick, unless you've got that first-round talent, if you're a pain in the ass, you can wait until later. And it sounds like
it's a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass.
And the interviews didn't go well with the GMs.
Right. And that's a big part of it.
What about the prank call? Did you guys cover that yesterday at all? Somebody got a hold of Sanders' phone number, and I don't...
Made it sound like he was being drafted by the Saints when he wasn't.
Right.
It was the son of the Falcons defensive coordinator.
Right. That's right.
That made was there for the prank phone call.
They want to crucify this kid, don't they?
Some of these folks on social media are like, this is one of the darkest days in the NFL, and this kid needs to be banned from the NFL for life. The Falcons need to lose a draft pick because of this. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. It was a dumb thing. I don't think he'll ever do it again. I hope nobody else does it. Was it a D move? Absolutely. But where was this outrage when, like, domestic abusers get drafted? Like the year Joe Mixon came out of Oklahoma.
Oh, man.
Was coming off a very ugly domestic violence situation, but he got drafted pretty easily by the Cincinnati Bengals, and he now plays with the Texans. It's just weird to me, the things that people get so upset about. How dare you prank call that millionaire college kid? Like, that is where you want to die on? That's the hill you want to die on right there? Not the fact that this guy over here is a domestic abuser and, these guys are all over the league, things like that? No? Okay, that's fine. It's weird to me, but if that's how you want to do it, you do you. I got a couple surveys here, Nige. And Allison, I think I want to get you in the mix on this one, too. What's something that women think is embarrassing but men actually don't care about, right? So these are things that women think are, oh my God, this is so embarrassing, so humiliating. And the real reality is dudes don't give a damn. And coming in at number one, and this is 100%, people seeing your house not being perfectly cleaned. Like, Allison, if you've got company coming over to the house, do you get frantic that it's got to be clean? You got to run the vacuum, got to make sure the place looks great? Because the real reality is we don't care.
Well, I wouldn't say perfectly clean, but I don't want trash everywhere and dirt. No.
Right. Well, there's a difference.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not saying leave a pizza box on the floor.
No, but I'm also not a mom yet, and I feel like that will kick when you become a mom, and all of a sudden it's just that extra panic anytime anyone's over.
Coming in at number two on this.
I got to tell you, Lindsay, God bless her. We have the neighbor, whether it be the neighbors, whether it be relatives, whether it be anybody, a neighbor's kids coming over for an extended period of time and spending the night. The vacuum cleaner's getting broken out.
Oh, wow.
The stuff's getting put in the wash. it's a 5-alarm fire.
Neighbors, kids, and kids' friends,
Yeah.
you don't get that. But if we're actually having like a party or something, then
Yeah.
yes, I agree. Coming in at number 2, sneezing naturally. Because there's a lot of ladies that feel like they have to hide their sneezes because for whatever reason they think it's embarrassing. No dude is going to be like, God, did you see Jennifer Aniston sneeze? P.U. No, thank you.
My wife refuses to say God bless you if it's an overactive sneeze.
What's your definition of an overactive sneeze?
Which sometimes I do.
Yeah, I don't blame her there.
Nope. And I'll be like, hello, God bless you. What happened to that? Nope, you're not getting it. Nope. So
that's better than what I get. I get yelled at. Like it's my fault. I'll have a loud sneeze. It's so loud.
Oh my
what do you want me to do?
And the most annoying.
Not scream. You don't need to scream when you sneeze.
You don't know me. You don't know how I sneeze,
Oh,
Allison.
you need to calm down.
Why don't you go clean that house up, okay?
My brother Adam does this annoying thing where I don't know how he does it or why he does it. I guess it's allergies, but he'll sneeze 10 times in a row.
Oh, so it triggers some. It does.
10?
And so on about sneeze 4, I am over it. And
like a
I'm
medical
rolling, and I'm
Next
rolling
time he
my
does it,
eyes.
record him.
I'm like, okay, dude, that's enough. He's on number 7, and he's getting ready for number 8, and I'm like, bro, enough. Oh. What else?
This is a list of things that women think are embarrassing that men don't actually care about. Number 3, farts and burps. And again, I go back to the comparison here. If Sydney Sweeney, if Jennifer Aniston, if Kate Upton walk into my house and she says, pull my finger and fires off a beefer, it's not like I'm kicking her out.
I'd probably laugh my ass off.
Right. Now we've got something in common.
My wife did that. And she won't do it. But
when was the last time Lindsay let just a train wreck of a fart around you?
I can't remember the last time.
Really?
She won't.
Allison,
she
when was the
either
last time
holds
you
it in or-
put a log in the fire?
A log in the fire. What is wrong with you? I don't.
Probably in front of your girlfriends, right? Come on, give us
Group of friends
I don't
around.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't keep track of my.
I think subconsciously you think it's embarrassing, and again, we don't
no.
care.
Well, no, I do heavily. Yeah, I would say that's embarrassing. Yeah.
What about being at a party and wearing the same outfit as someone else?
Yes, and I don't know why it's embarrassing, but it is embarrassing. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't care. Like if I walk into a party and they've got this Pacer shirt on, or they got your Nigel's banana shirt on, that's fine. They must have gone to the same place that I did. I got something to talk about with. I can even laugh about it. Oh, hey, we went to the same store. How about that?
I would say adding to that too, if you're over or underdressed in a situation, that's always embarrassing as a woman.
Okay, like let's say you are asked to go to a funeral and you show up in hoochie shorts and a who farted t-shirt.
Yeah, and they were like, "Sorry, ma'am," or like, "It's clearly not the dress code." Yeah.
Sorry, I thought this was the Hammer and Nigel show.
Yeah,
My
I thought it was
apologies.
Hammers. Sorry.
Here's a good one. I don't know. I might be a little bit self-conscious about this because one of our bathrooms is right across from the guest room, which is Lindsay works out of. Something that women think is embarrassing, but men don't actually care about. Audible toilet blasts.
Oh my God.
Audible toilet blast.
That is actually written. This is a thing that was written on this survey.
Now, when you say
Audible.
blast, are you talking about the sound of the toilet flushing?
No,
I think you know the answer to that.
I just got done with 24 hours of audible blasting
Big old blast off.
with my colonoscopy. And I'm a little self-conscious about that. I'll try to go somewhere else if I know it's going to be a blast situation. I'll try to stay that one.
See,
off.
you're way nicer than I am. Like, I'm going in here, I'm shutting the door. Now, if you happen to hear something, that sounds like a you problem. Turn the TV up louder. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Gotta love summertime. It's for enjoying outdoor music and vacations, and our pals at AAA Hoosier Motor Club can help you save on both. AAA is now the official partner of Ruoff Music Center, and AAA members are going to enjoy some big-time benefits. Early entry into concerts, access to the AAA Premier Lounge, Can't wait to go see Chris Stapleton this summer.
Concerts at Ruoff, always a good time, always a fun time. Same with going on a vacation. And AAA members save with access to hotel discounts, rental car discounts, and a lot more, along with complimentary travel planning. Plus, if you run into trouble on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. So do yourself a favor. Join AAA today. AAA.com, 844-GO AAA GO, or stop by your local AAA office.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high-turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower, future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today.
Nobody likes a cold shower. LD Smith has hot deals on water heaters. Save up to $300 on a new water heater installed.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
Hammer and Nigel here, inviting you to join us as we kick off the weekend every Friday around 5:45 with Beer Sample Friday, brought to you by our friends at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Hanging baskets, bedding flats, tropicals, vegetables, herbs, herbaceous perennials, trees, shrubs, home decor, and patio furniture, all at Miss M's, State Road 135 in Bargersville.
Think of it as WIBC on 2x speed. Big opinions, great moments, and just enough chaos. The WIBC Mashup Podcast brings it all together in one fast, fun listen. New episode each weekday. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast.
My man, Matt Bear, what's going on?
Yeah, Nigel, if you're going from downtown to the airport, there is a crash southbound 6570 on the exit to westbound 70 is blocking the right lane, and we have a backup into the north split, barely moving in parts, and that's also backed up on to westbound 70, approaching the north split. Inbound 65 is stop and go, MLK to Meridian Penn. South side crash, southbound 65 between Raymond and South Keystone Avenue, about a half mile away from that Keystone exit, and it's been moved to the right shoulder. So traffic stop and go back to Raymond Street. Also looking at a crash, 38th Street at Shore Drive. Crash south side, Southport Road at Sherman Drive. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Oh, man. Looks like like that rain's headed our way. 74 cloudy right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. It's the Hammer and Nigel show. I'm not watching the Pacer game tonight. Screw that. My eyes will be glued to Donald Trump's 100th day speech in Michigan. His first 100 days after just what a whirlwind 3-month tour in office. And, of course, Michigan, one of those swing states that helped him over the edge from former Vice President Kamala Harris. And he's going to have a lot to talk about. He's going to have a lot to brag about. 99% decline in catch and release instances along the border. Illegal immigration is going to be a big thing. An influx of investment into the United States. We're talking $500 billion from Apple, $500 billion from Stargate. We've got about a $500 billion investment announcement from a semiconductor producer, NVIDIA. And I'm lying. I'm going to be watching the Pacer game tonight. And we'll be bringing you the highlights, though, tomorrow here on the Hammer and Nigel show. Thank you to everybody that was concerned. And I was wondering how he's doing after my colonoscopy. Every guy over 45 got to get one, and it's weird. It used to be 50, but 45 is now kind of the standard when you go in and get your. Colonoscopies aren't that bad. The worst thing they'll tell you is the prep. I hate the prep. Oh, the prep. Oh, dear God, you can't eat for 24 to 36 hours. You're taking Miralax, you're taking pills, you're taking things that make you go to the bathroom it's a night of 1,000 waterfalls, basically, is what somebody said to me on Twitter. But it's not, look, if you could get through that, the actual procedure takes like 15 minutes. I went to I forget what the center is in Carmel. It's at 10300 North Illinois there in Carmel. Those guys did it's like a cattle call. They get you through as quickly as possible. My nurse was telling me, for some reason, April and May were usually dead this time of year, but people have just been lining up left and right. I wonder how many people's lives have been saved because they've got a colonoscopy. It's hard to quantify that, but it is one of the top tier reasons why people die in terms of cancer. I think number one is lung cancer. There's some skin cancers that are in there, and then colon cancer is definitely up there. And just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, polyp free. I don't got to go back for another 5 years. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Matt Bear. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Premier Deck Coating, the ultimate deck protection. Who are they? Well, they're a sister company of Rhino Shield, and Premier Deck Coating is the product you need if you're tired of applying the same old stain and paint every couple of years to your deck. It's Terry, Stacy, and David and I have a deck that's probably 25 years old. The countless hours and the money that we spend on maintaining that deck never ends. And then we heard about Premier Deck Coating. Family-owned, based right here in Indy, and they are going to completely transform our deck with their special formulated product, which repels moisture, scratch-resistant in virtually any color that we want, and backed by a 10-year guarantee. No more spending time staining or painting every year. Premier Deck Coating will keep our deck looking great for years to come. Premier Deck Coating can also do fences and pergolas, too. For a free quote, call 317-696-4071 or visit premierdeckcoating.com.
Will you be there?
This is just such a prestigious place and such hallowed ground.